Here, do I need to freshen this? I guess maybe. Is it better?
Don't kick it. He just got back on.
Let's see.
Well, there's a delay over there, so it's probably gonna take a minute for us to be able to tell.
But yeah, you're good.
Good?
Yep.
I should just cut my Wi-Fi off.
Saying it was Hinkle's fault.
I got too much Wi-Fi on here.
We've gotten
Yeah,
a lot better.
Okay. All right.
Let's see.
All right.
I mean,
yeah.
we are halfway to Cincinnati now.
Well,
No, we're 45 minutes from
well,
everywhere.
there's also probably a lot more going on in here than ever. We've got all of his stuff, my phone, the computer. I mean, we got all this stuff going on, so that's probably a little bit to do with it. And he went down on the quality. So anyway, all right. Well, we were talking
No
about
4K this week.
Huh?
No 4K.
Yeah,
this
no
week.
4K this week. Sorry.
720.
No, I don't think it was Hickle's fault. I don't know what everybody heard. We went out, but anyway, I don't think it was Hickle's fault. I thought Brian had every opportunity to see that coming. In my opinion.
Yeah, most of the comments was talking. I think they prejudged because they said that he was all over the track maybe beforehand. I don't know.
Yeah,
I wasn't paying attention to him. but-
Brown got close to him like 2 laps before. He made big runs and he backed off. Now last time he like running out of laps, he tried to go for it. He hurt the right rear.
explains it. Well, that would be their comment about him all over the track.
Yeah,
necessarily,
he would go in, he'd get entry good, he would kind of slide out,
but-
and he kept doing it. And Brown would get up, and then finally he tried to shoot it and just run over his right rear.
Oh, it wasn't even close.
It's like, he
I don't even know why it's a discussion, really. I'm like,
Yeah.
believe it or not, like I said, me and the fellow on the other side are agreeing with. I just think he ran over his right rear. He can't see him anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he can't see that coming. We all know that. But
Mhm.
real quick, one other thing while we're talking about that one, do you think it was on Schoenberg or Gravel? Who was wrong in that deal, in the heat race?
I mean, Gravel kind of squeezed it down, and I think Schoenberg kind of blew it off the bottom a little bit. A little bit of coming together there.
Yeah, I think. What about you?
I didn't even see that one.
You didn't see
I
that?
didn't see
You
no
didn't see
heat
Gravel's
race.
wreck?
No.
It was all over. It was all over all the
It don't
socials. I
matter.
can't
He
believe
didn't
you
see it.
didn't
He can still make a call.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
All right, look, one more thing. Since you guys don't have any opinions on it, I think Gravel had plenty of racetrack to his right, and
I missed
I
it too.
think he had every bit of reason to go a little higher and just run around the top. But anyway, that was my
Of course,
opinion.
you got. He was judging, and I was racing.
Yeah.
Or trying.
Yeah.
Both of us really. So.
All right. Well, one more thing, and then we'll get to the good stuff. I know everybody's wanting to talk about. News come out today about Chase, and I was kind of hoping maybe he'd ride with you, but
Should I ask? He just slept all the way here.
he just slept all the way
Probably.
here. I talked to him a little bit today. I'm pretty excited. So tell us about his little opportunity.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If you talked to him and he told you about it, you probably got a lot more information than I did.
Really?
This is my kid. You know we don't communicate. Dads and kids don't communicate whatsoever. No, he wanted to keep it a surprise, and yeah, I'd already saw. The only piece I saw on it is when it was asking for money or something. I got a little, but he don't communicate. Chase is quiet. That's
Really?
why everybody likes him. He is really kind of opposite of me, and I know that's what popped in both y'all's heads. But but yeah, this is pretty exciting
Well,
for him.
apparently he's been keeping it secret for a while, so I
Yeah.
thought maybe
Yes,
you knew about it.
He's got. Well, I can read, so obviously I kind of got wind of it, but he did. He thought he was wanting to surprise us too.
So real quick, everybody listening at home, if you don't know what we're talking about, if you lived under a rock today, Chase, Ronnie's son, is going to be driving an ARCA car or later on this month at Coyne, Illinois, at the mile. So that's what we're talking about. But
yeah, I hope it's a break for him. Look, the non-wing stuff's a break, and that's what he's wanting to do this weekend. But he ain't asked to use nobody's truck or trailer yet, so he needs a break. And it's funny because I'm not going to gloat on my kid because I'm not going to put my kid at quarterback if he can't play quarterback. I just got a kid that can drive a race car a lot better than me, obviously, but that
Yeah.
ain't what God gave me the ability to do, obviously. But Chase is until I was talking to Derek, John, and maybe my cousins and a couple other people, they never brought it to my attention that
Perfect.
out of all of us right now, even though we might disagree with each other and stuff, we all kind of pull for each other when you're away, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Tommy Rowe, I wish him the best because he should be, he's a good announcer. He should go somewhere and announce. But with Chase, yeah, don't necessarily communicate with me, but we keep up. But he's about the only one, and did not even pay attention. But right now, he's the only one out of our area that drives that actually has an ability to get out of here to do something. And I'm not saying he's the only one with the talent. I'm saying he's the only one with not a kid,
Yeah.
old,
No.
40, a little old, you think?
Yeah, I know. I understand.
But
Yeah,
that's what I
fair.
mean. And there's some good drivers around here, even yourself. But y'all are tied down. We have to work. Chase is focused. He lives in the shop.
Yeah.
He lives and breathes every moment. And when you got people coming up to you like all the non-wing races that he's getting attention to, it helps him a ton. So I'm hoping it helps him get a break because this is what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I've given him all I can give him. I don't have the money that Crawley's got for their boy, but I hate to see Chase get stepped over because he does not have my backing. If he played football, the second they saw his name at the high school, I got 4 or 5 phone calls because they knew who he was. And I had explained to him, that's not me.
Yeah.
It's not, I couldn't even give him $100 to make a tackle. I mean, that's not Chase. Me, just different. But he is the only one out of this area right now. I'm not saying we don't have more, but Cooper Looney was I thought was going to be another kid that wanted to grow in the sport and come out, but Coop got interested just like most kids do. That's why I said before, kids skill racing right now. I'm sorry, it does for a reason, but not all of them stay in the focus, so they run it, help, all the money goes, and then but for Chase, he lives and breathes. If it ain't the iRacing keeping us up all night long learning tracks and seeing the charges on my
Yeah,
Visa
I've been meaning to catch up with him on there because I'm on there all the time now.
Yeah, he said they got Greenville. He's excited they got Greenville supposed to be on there now.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
I don't know if that's what I just paid for or not, but hell, I'm paying
I
for
don't-
Greenville. And what's really sad is they said, you got to drive iRacing. It's like being for real racing. And I'm looking at him like, I can't even make a lap. And I'm sitting there thinking, maybe it is like real racing.
I'm excited.
I
for
mean,
him.
last week, when y'all was talking about I didn't understand the effect of what you were talking about with, what's his face, the vision, night vision? Or
Oh yeah, we call it Beth Vision,
Beth,
but
okay.
it's night vision.
I couldn't figure out what it was. When you drove my car, I was like, I was getting laughed. I think you threw it, but I didn't. I was watching from the bleachers at that time.
No, I laughed you twice.
Well, I did not.
Yeah, I did.
You got confused. I got
No. 'Cause one time you had the flat,
I had a flat, and
and
then
then,
I shoved it,
and then we come around one more time.
and then I had another flat.
Yeah,
when I knocked
we
the
had
bleeder
like
out.
2 flats.
Well, but
Yeah.
well, you can't count having flats. Latin. Golly, that's funny. We're sitting here. You drove. I let you use the motor.
Yeah, I was about to say use your motor at short track.
Yeah, and I got Tony and Tracy are wanting to use the motor this weekend from me, and I think I'm going to be driving somebody else's car with Pete if Chase takes non-wings and stuff. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I put Brad in. I thought he was going to get me a win in the 305. over
He
there,
almost
but-
did.
Yeah,
He almost did.
he did, but it wouldn't matter. The
Yeah.
track knew he's in the wrong car, and they were fixing to take care of him. Something would have happened before. Well, it's Brad. Y'all are buddies, so it might have worked out a little bit.
We'll get into that.
That's a
I
pretty.
know. I'm just throwing.
I guess that's.
I'm
I
just
guess.
throwing a little bait out here for
I know.
everybody.
I guess that's a pretty good transition there.
But it was good racing until Mo started getting hot on me. And I appreciate you letting him go.
Audit? Yeah, wow.
We'll just say
We had some few rags tied around.
I forgot about the oil.
All right. So at this point, I don't know as much as probably you do, or
I
obviously you
honestly
do.
thought it was asphalt at first, but we got some. That's dirt, right?
Yeah, it's a dirt race.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah. But anyway, so this next topic, I've been getting filled in by like 30 people today. I've had a lot of phone calls today. I didn't get any work done. So let's get into Riverside, I guess. So
So
how do you want to do
I
this?
think I wasn't there either, so I was just thinking. I guess Ronnie. I guess we'll start with you.
I'll let him go first.
Okay.
Okay. All
Well,
right. Well,
What do you want to know from me?
Well, yeah. So I wanted to know what your grievance was. Like, what was your biggest deal from Saturday night that you had a problem?
God, I mean, it's just they add up from many times, but we'll stick to this. You got a call over there that basically is a no judge. Am I wrong or right? No judgment calls. Do you not hear that constantly about judgment calls? There's no judgment calls. Now, when I lay this out a little bit, I'll get it, and this is the reason I feel the way I did. I know you're friends with Corey. You're not friends with me. And I know you know that we had an incident at Friday night.
I did not know that.
Well, and maybe I'm assuming wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm not assuming the fact that everybody tells me in the booth, not everybody at first, but you didn't see our incident, which is, it's hard to see everything.
No, I saw it.
You saw it.
I watched it.
So
Hang on, can we point out something real quick? So, like, what is it you're doing during the races? Like, what's your job? Like,
Watching for that
you're watching the races as they go on. You're
Yeah.
from the infield, or are you in the tower?
press box.
so
You're in
you're
the press
watching me.
box.
Watching
Appreciate it.
cars that are close.
Okay, all right. Continue. So, I just want to clarify for people that don't know what Jeremy's doing, what he's doing during the races.
Well, that's why I said go first. Explain the rule, and then I'll explain my situation. And if that's what you're watching, which I'm surprised you're watching me, or cars that are close. We the only two cars close.
At that time, yeah. Everybody else is kind of spaced out.
So your whole job, and you say that we don't make judgment calls, but your whole job is to watch cars that are close and not the ones that are not close. That's hard to do anyway, because you want to watch leaders. So I mean, I get it. You're not watching mid-pack cars, which we weren't really mid-pack at that time. I started in the back. So your job is to actually watch just that. That's what you're doing in a booth.
Yeah.
Not scoring. They're doing the backup scoring.
We got that going, yeah.
So no judgment calls, but you brought it to yourself. If that's not the case, then when I went to the infield,
Hot.
yeah, I'm hot. I wear my emotions. If you knew what we did,
Yeah.
and you've been around racing early, but you were younger. Just be honest, you were younger. You had a lot more help. What we do to get to that racetrack is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Me, I came for one reason and one reason only. Because Tommy Rowe called me and said, y'all are worried sick about not having no cars. Because Keith wasn't supposed to be there. Eddie, Dwayne, Burton and car. There's several cars that showed up that only came because they had room. So to me, you're sitting there making a call off that, Jeremy, out of your eyes, but I go down to the infield rate and asking, I've jumped all over, and I've been asking his name. What's his name?
Charlie.
I like him. But he took a butt chewing for me.
Mhm.
And you should be able to. Because what I was explaining, that he made the call. And this is what happens at Riverside, because when you go to look to be who makes the call, you can't find nobody. Look, I'm glad me and Clayton get along. I mean, you can say it if you want to, but Clayton gone. He don't want to be in the middle of that, and I get it.
Mhm.
But if he's going to put somebody in charge of that, you should always find out who makes the call.
Mhm.
Somebody should step up. Nobody will claim it. It was put on Charlie's feet. I tried to give him my winnings since they were so large. I wanted him to be able to go out and get gas on the way home.
Mhm.
Because I'm jumping on him, and then he told me that's not what I asked. He said, all I was asked was their comment. If you've seen it, why are you asking the man on the infield that really kind of knew that position if he saw any contact? Did you ask him if I took him
So
out?
for the viewers at home, what exactly happened?
I came from last, and my goal was me and the 28 were starting dead last. He crashed in the heat. I crashed in the heat also. We were coming through the field, and I wanted to run with him or beat him and come to the front. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. I entered the corner. I got a car in front of me that's been limping the whole time pretty much, and Corey was doing a good job holding his line and for not having a shock. That's not the track to run with no shock on. I entered the corner with Corey. He goes a little lower than he's been necessarily, and I did because I thought I had room. Well, the second he done that, the video proves it, along with every single person that watched it, but you, that I lock up my wheels to keep from hitting Corey. I owe Corey. And I told Corey that I don't hold, if you know who I am, I promise you, I'm going to tell you where I stand. And I'm going to follow through with what I say. I owe Corey, and he knew that. Because Corey messed me up. He took me off the front row of an A main. That's the difference from running fourth to fifth, $50 or whatever we get paid. I don't even know what the money is. So you're going to make a call off the fact that the man's slow in front of me, and I just got a text reading him, because I've been really busy today, so I ain't been able to read. Corey, point blank said, I do not think he done it intentionally. So where does the no judgment come in? Before I give all my ammunition to you, that's why I said I want you to go first and explain. What possibly could you see in your eyes that I hit a man in the left rear? Because that's the rule. If you hit somebody in the left rear and spin them out.
Well, we've been doing it, and it's worked great so far.
Yeah.
Anything from the left rear back, if you hit them from the left rear back and you turn them, you hit them and you took them out.
Really? So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
And
I didn't say it was intentional.
No, I'm not. I know. I'm not saying you did, because it wasn't intentional.
I never said it was intentional.
But you just put judgment back in something that you did.
No, you hit him.
Am I wrong, guys?
You
Is that y'all are both race car drivers.
Anything, okay, listen. Anything in front of the left rear, anything in front of the rear tires, that's where it's all judgment. I don't know if you should have lifted, he should have lifted, he should have hit the brakes, he should have stayed in the gas, either way. But if you hit them from the left rear back, you definitely hit them. Now, were they spinning? Was he spinning when you hit him? Was he already spinning out when you hit him?
He was jumping. I don't think he was actually
was he spinning.
I can't tell at that point.
He wasn't. He was going straight. He had been running the bottom. You had been running the top.
Does it matter if he's spinning already?
Yeah, because he was already spinning.
But how do you know that?
Because you can see him spinning.
Okay, well, I can tell you now, was I spinning completely out of the way when Kenny Coke hit me?
Yes,
So that's why you didn't put Kenny Coke to the rear.
correct.
Okay. When Marshall ran over Jay New, did he go to the rear or did he win that B main?
He didn't. Where did he hit him?
He hit him in.
In the left front.
He lit him
the left
completely from the left.
In the
So
left
is that
front.
a judgment
In the
call?
left front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the whole
Oh,
side
is
of
that the left
car.
rear?
Huh?
Is that the left rear?
So you can right. So let me get this straight. Riverside can
Okay.
now
Here's
have,
how it started, Ronnie.
you can
This
have
is
a
how
right
it-
rear, but you can't have a left rear.
This is how it started.
Congratulations. You ain't been in a sprint car then. I mean, that's crazy. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna hear you.
Do you remember when Little Crawley threw a slider on you, and
Yeah,
you and
no.
Tim got real mad at each other?
Tim made a fool of himself for getting mad at me because he misread me. But yeah, go ahead.
So he threw a slow slider.
Yeah.
And right then I tried to do something about that. I said, we don't need slow sliders. It causes that right there. It causes these wrecks where you didn't know if you should stay in it or cut under. He needs to go and get across. From that day forward, we realized there's no way to make a judgment. There's no way to make a call on a slider.
Mhm.
There's no way to do it. Would you agree?
No.
You
not
think
really.
I can make a call on a slider?
Hell no.
on who should have hit the-
Jeremy, because you
okay,
can't make a call with somebody that's locked up going 4 times slower when I enter the rear. You have to
get 'em
admit,
in the
you
back.
just, if you don't think there's a problem with that rule in judgment, Corey just got through putting on Facebook.
That you didn't do it intentionally.
No.
Not that you
That's
didn't do
fine.
it. Not
But
that you didn't do
can't-
it.
Dude, you can't do that. You cannot judge.
So you should be allowed to take them out.
That's not your job. And has never been Riverside's job. And the reason there's an issue with this is because y'all are now more or less putting judgment stuff in something.
That's not judgment. You
so-
hit him. You hit him. You hit him. Did you not? You hit him, right?
I'm gonna be honest.
hit
I'm
him?
gonna be dead honest.
So you're gonna
with
say you didn't.
No, I'm not saying I didn't hit him, but it wasn't a hit. I
you
don't
hit
know
him?
if Corey wasn't already having an issue going at that time. No, I don't know. If
don't
I
know
went
if
back
you
and
hit it?
watched it, no, sir. I could not tell if I touched him or not.
All right.
Not in the video. Can you not read it? Look at the video. All these people right here looked at the video. 4 of them said, I don't even think you touched him.
Yeah.
I said I touched
From
him.
Susie's video behind
No.
the flagpole.
No,
in
it
like
wasn't Susie's video.
worst
There were other videos.
clips.
Huh?
Corey's got one, and you can see.
I'm not, if you ask me, I said yes. I touched him in the bumper. I didn't hit him. I brushed as I was going. But so all of a sudden, Riverside can do the judgment call because somebody brushes in the rear because you went back to. I give you kudos for coming up with something as old as that. That's probably what 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
305s.
And the comment was made about me. The reason it was miscued by his dad is because I said I'm lucky. I'm lucky. He's lucky that it was an experienced driver because I lifted and let him have where he was without crashing. Sometimes that doesn't happen with us, and sometimes it does.
Right.
But you cannot go over there, Jeremy, and put rules in place, brother, that makes it a judgment call.
not.
You can't. You're telling me
We're taking the
every
judgment out of
single body that touches somebody, if they spin, the other one's going to the rear.
No, that's
Good
not what I said. That's not what I said.
Go ahead.
Do you know if Corey Bailey's listening? He had the video. We're trying to get the video to come up. That's what me and Brad are sitting there talking about. If Corey's listening, if we could have the same video so that we could play it and watch it from that point of view, would be great.
Yeah, I just download Corey. That's the first time I seen you know.
So let me, Brad, I want your input on this too. So where did the hitting from the left rear back come from? Like,
Okay.
what?
So the way it works, because what ends up happening, especially at Riverside, if it's greasy and stuff, I don't think anybody means to take anybody out.
You was slick.
So what happens is if you hit somebody in the rear in the bumper and you turn him, that dude did nothing wrong. You wrecked it. He should have to go to the rear too. We all agreed upon it that anything from the left rear back, you can pretty much, unless they just stopped and broke, that you got them. You turned them. You wrecked them.
Hold on.
You
All right.
wrecked them. You turned them from the rear. They were going straight. You changed the which way they were going. Now, if you slide them, now we're racing. I can't dictate who should have checked up, who should have lifted, who should have done what there. But from the rear, if you get hit from the rear and you're driving straight, you got took out, right?
So,
It's clear obvious.
No, it's
Clear
not
obvious.
obvious.
So here's I should have been put to the rear at the ASCS race last year then because
That's ASCS.
I spun. Okay, so it's different when it's a sanction.
No, it's their deal. They make
That's
them
their
calls.
deal.
That's them. They make them calls. That's
So
not
this
our
is
deal.
just strictly a Riverside.
This is a
This
Riverside
is how
thing.
you guys do it.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying that is because Morgan and I were racing. I don't even remember what position or what race it even was.
Mhm.
But she got in front of me and she acted like I remember she acted like she was going to go high. Trying to remember, she acted like she was going to go high. I committed to go low
Mhm.
and slide her going into one. I guess she changed her mind or what.
Right,
She makes a last minute decision to go straight and go to the bottom, and it caught me off guard. And I remember I jumped out of the gas, jumped on the brake, but it was too late. I was at her bumper and I hit her square
Mhm.
and turned her around.
Right.
You know, it wasn't intentional.
No.
Uh,
Never said anything's intentional.
Yeah, right. It happens. But what I'm saying is I think the same. We were just talking about J.J. Hickle and Brian Brown. You know, Hickle slides Brown or slides up the racetrack. Brown runs into the right rear. You know, but there's guys that will do that on purpose,
Right.
and try to take a left front. So how can we say that you're purposefully doing this or not purposefully doing this
Doesn't matter.
and make that
Brandon,
call?
it's simple. When you say no judgment calls, you leave it to the drivers. You don't interaction, you don't intervene. Just like Cody or then when I'm throwing a fit, grabbing a hold of me. Leave me alone. I'm not trying to get at you or hit you. It's not even worth it. But when somebody's touching me, it's the same deal. But leave it alone. Let the drivers figure this out. The track ain't, y'all are not running well enough to make freaking calls like that. If this is the best Riverside and it is the best ever track, you can make calls DQing somebody because they got off their four-wheeler trying to save time. You ain't got to worry about the time because it's going to be quicker because there's no cars there. You can't keep implementing rules. And I get if you're doing that to help the track, then great. Just great. But you cannot say a judgment call cannot be made. So I called a couple of people here, and now my phone's blowing up. In that night, Evan spun Gooseby out. Did he go to the rear?
Goolsby win.
In the heat, Evan spun Goolsby out, and you did not put Evan. Did you not see that one?
Okay.
Okay.
So,
What about the? Hold on.
Go ahead, go
What about? I'm gonna throw. I don't want to take and throw too many at you because I'm about like me. I'd forget. What about Kenny Coke getting spun out? And I hate it's Corey because I'm bringing Corey.
Well,
Corey spun Kenny out, right?
Uh-huh.
Did he go to the rear that night?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I was just making. Kenny didn't think he went to the rear. I thought he did go to the rear because it looked intentional.
It wasn't. It wasn't intentional.
Well,
He got him in the bumper.
yeah, because Corey was.
He got him in the bumper and he got him sideways,
Yeah,
and then he
'cause
got on the
Corey
gas
thought
and he
that
was still sideways. Yeah.
He completely confused me because Corey posted earlier that he was wrong, that he thought I got into the back end and pushed him into Kenny. Well, unless I got in the back of him from the bleachers, because I was sitting in the bleachers watching it this time. So I have no idea what. But what I'm trying to say is y'all's calling at that track is so all over the place that you're trying to put your fingers on something and put you in that situation, and you just screwed me and you just screwed Riverside.
Corey.
No, I did not. Corey already limping.
Why did you go to the
Corey-
bottom?
So it's okay if I run down there and I stop. I committed to the bottom because I had room, and then Corey slows enough and comes down. The second I know
Corey's fault.
no, it's neither one of our fault. That's where you come in wrong. That's racing, dude. When he changes lanes, I've been.
He went the bottom.
When you say he's changing lane, what do you?
He didn't
He
change
went from the top of the track to the bottom of the corner.
No. Where Corey been running was pretty much the bottom anyway.
He
But
went
this
for 3
time,
laps.
I know, but this time he was a little further up. When I committed to go underneath him, you watch that video and tell me I don't go into a 4-wheel slide. If I wanted to take,
I didn't say you did it on purpose.
then don't, you cannot punish a man. What I just said is that you just lost a car at Riverside, more than one, I'm
Okay,
and
so
you rolling your eyes, but I'm
No,
telling
no,
you.
so you want me to say, well, you brought 3 cars.
I don't
So,
want you
hey,
to say-
throw the rules out because this guy brought 3
No,
cars.
I want you to put the rules and quit having so many when you can't control the ones you have. Every time somebody comes over, hold on, whose cup is this?
Mine.
Are you sure it ain't yours? Because that's a screw, and that's what everybody feels like they get when they come over there. They're getting screwed. It ain't just me, man. You're constantly defending. So let me back up. Yes, I think your rules are all over the place, man. And I'm just being honest. I want that track to succeed more than you can ever imagine. Ever imagine. My family's embedded there. My dad is on the track. That place has been in me forever. So when I get upset about something, it ain't necessarily just me. And I like to put a show on the same time. We're not even going to go into last year. We're going to stay right here focused. So every time somebody goes over there, they feel like they're getting screwed for some kind of call, and no favoritism. To me, that is as close to favoritism as you've ever. And I look, hold on, because I'm the one that's been defending you. I defend, yes, you, believe it or not. If you don't believe me, call Pete Walton, call up, because it's really easy to be blamed, and agree or not, for showing favoritism. We canceled a whole night for him getting married.
I mean, that's a pretty crazy thing
I
to
know
say.
it, but it,
Like, they didn't get canceled because of me.
I know, but the
That's a
camaraderie
crazy thing
is
to say.
there. And most people, and I'm just being straightforward with you because that's the only way I am. That looks like a click to most. I did not see it that way. I don't see you being able to make a judgment call that quick. I don't. Why you're watching us and you're telling me because we were so close? Is that what they're playing right now?
Yeah, that's the video.
I literally drive up the track to keep from hitting him, man. You should not intervene in that situation, and nor should any track. Any track.
And I hear what you're saying about you drive up the track to keep from hitting him, but like in this moment when I'm watching it, you could also argue you drove up the track to hit him.
I mean,
I
you
mean-
see how far back you are, and you dove in saying
That's-
you were going to clear it.
Okay, but y'all
And
can drive sprint cars.
You're so far back.
I mean,
Y'all
The whole
can drive.
top's out
Hang
there.
on, hang on.
You had
I
been
wasn't
running
going to the
for
top.
3
So-
I'm
laps.
in a 4-wheel
You
flat.
had been in the top for 3 laps.
Y'all race the cars. Y'all run sprint cars. You tell me what just took place right there. And Corey's watched it.
Here's what I kind of see.
I'm in a slide right there before I
don't. You don't look so much as in a slide as much as he does.
Oh, he's
look how
slowing down.
he's sideways before he gets to the corner. He's running
What?
higher. He's running higher before he gets in the corner. He's trying to diamond it so he can get through the center of the corner better, in my opinion. And he's slipping going in. You're going straighter. Well, you've also got to make a harder corner. You've also got to get it woed down to make the corner. And I think when you get close to him, you're trying to get stopped. I don't know. It looks to me like a racing deal.
Oh my God! Did I just hear a racing deal?
I didn't say it wasn't.
Okay, then
He did say that he didn't think it was on purpose.
With y'all having so many issues with making calls, and I have been hard on you because you don't like me, and I guess I don't like people that don't like me because I think something wrong with them. I think I'm a wonderful guy myself, but if you don't like me, that's fine. You don't have to. I just want it to be fair.
Yeah.
I want things, and the best thing that Riverside can do is quit trying to take control of the drivers. Quit trying to take control of that situation. Me and Corey would have squashed this on our own regardless. We don't need the track to. You intervene when it's obvious. When Dale Howard and Derek go at it, and Dale runs through Derek in the corner, Dale let you know that he done that on purpose. Then you intervene, and us drivers don't care. But you cannot take me and him, because what you're doing is,
So I have to take his word.
take whose word?
Like, what am I supposed to do? Say?
You let us figure
So
it
I
out.
say that was an accident, and I just let y'all wreck each other every week.
You go by that famous saying that we don't make judgment calls.
So I just let y'all wreck
Is
each
that
other
a
every
judgment
week.
call? Is that a judgment call? What is the
You
definition of
slid
a
from
judgment call?
6 cars back, changed your lane, and hit him in the bumper. He was running the line he'd been running for 3 laps.
And do I look like I have a lane underneath him at that time? Did I not look like I had a lane?
From 6 cars back.
If I'm 6 cars back and I hit him getting into that corner, I'm going to tell you something wrong with his car.
Okay, hold on.
Do I know something's wrong with his car?
Oh my God. Did you just hear him? I'm going to look at you. You're 40. You've had a lot of incidents in a car. He just got through telling me, do I know something's wrong with his car? So no. Then stay out of it and let us 2 drivers figure this out, not the track. And then you won't be blamed for showing favoritism. Just because I end up on the wrong side of so many calls,
Yeah.
I eat them, man. I've been
You
eating them
don't
for
eat
years.
them. You
I've
don't just
eaten-
take them and I'll keep my mouth shut and walk off.
But
you don't
but
do
y'all
that.
make calls in
You
there.
do not do
Don't.
that.
My biggest deal is, and I'll let you hit it. Your biggest deal is that y'all are trying to make things better when you don't have control of what you got. If you can't run trick plays or regular plays, then you don't run trick plays. And but what I mean by that, it's the putting in the rules that you can't have. Let me put it this way. You messed up. I'm going to ask one question. And because you make mistakes, and we all will. It's not easy doing what y'all do. I get it. Why did you pay Jay New? This is just the whole deal.
Hang on. Before we get well, I don't want to start into
I know,
something
because
else.
then we'll jump on. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's
go
what
ahead.
I'm saying. So,
Say what you
Brad,
read.
say your piece. What's on your mind, and then maybe I'll have a few opinions myself here.
I don't know. I just feel like so.
It's 10,000 to win. Let's say like that's 10 grand to win, and you're me.
I mean, that's very hypothetical.
I was gonna say
So
it's
that
not
situation there,
10
I mean,
grand.
that
We
wasn't
need
the 10
go
grand
on
win.
the situation.
$10 to win.
Go on the situation that we've got. What
I mean-
what's your view?
I mean, I guess I just know that calls have been made this year for people. Maybe not every one of them gets called, and I mean it's hard for me to say. I feel like no track catches all the calls. Stuff like that's like almost an impossible thing to get called. And I just feel like Corey has been black flag for spinning out. I've been black flag for crashing you before in the past.
I have never been black flagged in my 26 years of racing for taking somebody out.
Okay, well, I was telling you, I've got black flag.
Well, I know,
for
but
crashing
you fast.
And I mean, for me, I mean, for this incident here, I feel like if you were pretty close to him and you got together with him, then okay, I could see where you'd be upset. But you're pretty far back, and it looks like a dive bomb. That's just the way it looks from me watching. That's what it looks like. It looks like a dive bomb, and you hook him and you turn up the track. So I'm just saying, I wasn't there watching in real time. I was watching on the video, so I can only imagine when you're in the press box watching it that you see that it looks like a dive bomb move like that. So that's just the way I'm looking at it.
Look,
But it's all
hang
what
on,
you're
hang
doing
on,
is
hang
being judgmental.
hang on. So
Yeah, and
Look.
I get what you're saying,
It's judgment
but
call.
I
We don't make
yeah, the
we don't
thing-
make judgment calls. But that 44 barely clipped that guy, that number 6 car. Let me radio down to the guys in the infield. Did you see it? Anthony Huffman said, I didn't see it at all. I ain't got nothing to do with that call. I respect Anthony. Your flagman didn't see it. I asked. Nobody in the booth saw it. I was told you didn't see it.
I don't know why anybody told you that.
Then if you seen it, then why'd you ask the guy in the infield just for backup?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hey man, I'm fixing to penalize this car that just busted his ass to get all the way over here, run as hard as he can, start in the back, come all the way up to the front, which ain't. We got some slower cars in the back. I'm going to tell you exactly what Pete Walton told me, and take this, and you're gonna, because this is the way I feel about it. Y'all don't respect the cars that you got. You don't respect how hard the drivers work to get over and how hard it is to do what we do. Some of them count change to get in. But you're real quick to penalize because y'all come up with a rule. You got 5 cars, and I know I'm getting away from the deal, but that's just how I feel about it. And this is exactly what a promoter told me. They don't appreciate the cars as much as I do. But I don't ever want you to bend the rules for me. I didn't want you to bend the rules.
Pete Walton.
Who's Pete?
Told, you say Pete Walton?
You just come out of nowhere.
No, you
Pete.
said that. You
Did
said
I was
that.
gonna
You
say,
started
go
with
ahead.
You said that.
You started
I'll
out
say that in a
saying
minute,
Pete
though.
Walton.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Pete Walton told you that Riverside doesn't respect the cars?
He said
drivers?
it seems that they do not respect the cars as much as I do because you're eliminating cars or you're quick
As
to
much
do
as
something.
himself does?
I get or a series, however you take that. I don't know. What he's
I mean, that's
pointing
the-
at. This went to the last
pretty
year
bold
thing.
statement.
It is a bold statement, but it shows. I get you staying with the rules, and if I'm wrong on a rule, man, I will be the first to take it. I know I'm getting in trouble when I step on that track. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. I did that for a reason that year. If y'all want to get into that one, we can in a minute. But my point is, you keep putting in rules and that are more judgmental than you can imagine, hurting yourself. When you crashed me, what'd you do the next day? What did you do? You don't remember? Oh, wait a minute. It wasn't the next day, that night. Because you planted me. You know it.
What, come over there and talk to you?
You
about it?
text me right off the bat and said, Ronnie, I consider us great friends. You've known me a long time since I've been little, all the way up grown, since I started racing. And I told you I was not upset with you, the fact that you plant. Now, that night, I am a driver that wears my emotions on my sleeve.
Oh, we definitely know that.
But I also am completely under control 99.9% of the time. See, you laugh about it, but see, that's the same thing as I got blamed last year when the rules come up and started changing on me. That is why people have an issue. Your rules don't stay the same. They change. And then you got this gray area over here. And that is what we're talking about right now. John Howard. Mm-hmm. Cody Howard got DQ'd because John went to his car. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. Where was John?
In the infield.
What was he doing in the infield?
Said he was helping somebody do tech.
It's exactly where he was asked to come, is the infield.
He said he was helping somebody do tech. Not like he was doing tech for the track.
No, but
he said he was helping a car. He said he was helping a car. That's what he told the track official.
He was helping the tech guy.
No.
I understand, but go ahead. He
said he was helping somebody tear their motor down through tech. That's what he told the official.
Okay.
When we asked him, what are you doing down here? He said, I'm helping that person. They're in tech. And it's like, okay. So we go ask the person, hey, is John Howard helping you tech? He's like, no. He didn't build my motor. So we're like, you don't need to be down here. And the next thing you know, he's down there working on touching Cody's car. And it's like, no.
Okay.
That's it.
You're wrong. And there's the judgment thing again.
How's that judgment? We asked the driver. He said no.
You don't understand. You're dead wrong. John Howard never made it to Cody's car. They got video of it. Please don't make you look silly on that. I wasn't involved with this, but I watched the video. I was like, what? Your track official ran to the car, not John.
No.
Yes.
I watched it, Ronnie.
I'm telling you,
turn
they got
3.
video
He
of
stopped in 1 and 2 at the bottom of the rail.
Because they didn't know if Cody was okay or not. Right?
He walked over to him and said something about the fuel wasn't working. He leans in the car, does something, and then they push him back out on the track.
You're dead wrong.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, then John Howard will have to show me the video again because I watched it. But anyway, go ahead. Let's go on to the next one. My whole deal is you're sitting here saying you cannot stand in a driver's
get away
meeting.
with it, but not everybody.
Yeah, but you don't.
Yeah,
the rules don't apply to everybody the same.
They do.
No, they don't, man.
You think you're the only person who's been sent to the rear this year for that?
No, but how many sprint car drivers been put to the rear like that?
How many people have done it?
In racing.
Corey, the person you're claiming is my buddy, and that I did it for Corey.
Wait a minute.
Because we're so tight.
So, wait a minute. Okay, everybody watching this. The most exciting thing about sprint cars is the close racing. Rubbin's racing. You touch, you slide, you do things that you don't have control of. We do.
Rubbing is racing, sliding is racing, wrecking is not racing. You wrecked it.
So when a man hits another man,
and he spins him out,
even if it's his, if it's his issue. Are you reading anything that people are saying?
Yeah, I'm reading.
Well, let's hear what they got to say, and I don't have a clue.
I'm not concerned.
I bet you ain't.
I'm not concerned with this yet.
I bet mine's gonna blow up.
Do you want the rule to stay? Do you want that to stay or no?
What you do is if you want to take judgment calls out of it.
Hang on, answer the question.
No,
do you want
it needs to change.
Any contact whatsoever? Do you want any contact, front, rear, center? I don't care. If you touch somebody, you go to the rear.
That needs to go.
So just let them destroy it.
No, there is a difference, and it still is a fine line of judgment. There is
that's the most judgment you can have.
But so you're
determining whether that was too much.
This is what McCarver's explaining to me, that there's no judgment because you hit him.
Yeah.
What if somebody hits me from behind and pushes me in the car in front, and you don't see that? My point is, let the drivers take care of it. When we watch the video, we will take care of this.
How?
We will talk.
Okay.
That man texted me that night 5 times to make sure that I was okay with what took place, and we got along great afterwards.
Okay.
Derek,
right,
I've been wanting to beat him up and his whole family forever, but we finally got, and I'm not, because I'll drop this at the track, but yes, there's incidents happening on the track that we can't stop.
All right, hold on. So, same question. What do you think? Is there a flaw to it? Is there any way what do you think?
It's held up pretty well for like the whole time. Like everybody who's hit anybody in the rear like that, nobody means to do it. We know that. You got in a little hot, they checked up a little more than you thought, and you turned them. They weren't going to get turned if you didn't hit them. So you got to go to the rear because you took them out.
Okay, but should so that's what I'm saying. Show any contact at all. Should we just
No,
go to that?
no. Because
Well, here's why.
go ahead.
There's been guys, and
There's always exceptions to every wreck.
there's been guys that I've had contact with that I put in a bad situation or they spun out. Maybe I did it on purpose. Maybe I didn't. I've been put in that situation. Maybe they did it on purpose. Maybe they didn't. So, you know,
situations. You can't say you're put in a situation.
okay.
You're trying to ask me where they got hit and how it should be done.
I'm saying I've gotten into somebody and spun them out, or they flipped.
But where did you get into them?
I got them into either the Nerf bar or the left front and ended their day.
Right.
You know, so that's
Should they have
rear,
lifted?
or rear.
Should they have lifted?
Well,
Should you have lifted?
okay. Well,
We
take
can't
for
make
instance-
that decision,
Okay,
can
we'll take
we?
for instance, me and Howard. He's in the chat. I saw him. So Howard earlier this year, he had no idea I was above him. I got above him in the center of the corner.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and we hit wheel to wheel.
Wheel to wheel.
And I hit the wall and turned over.
Right.
Wasn't his fault. I said it that night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you know,
Do you think he should have been put
I'm
to the
saying
rear?
it
Do you think
wasn't-
he should have been put to the rear for that?
no.
Right. We didn't.
Okay, but I'm saying is when I watch the video with him, I can tell that's not on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely, it's not.
So
So
what I'm
Corey should just be penalized by
So
himself.
what I'm saying is what's the difference?
What
I
did-
understand
my
what
God.
I understand what he's saying. He's saying let the drivers handle it to a degree. I think there's
Okay,
I think there's
then
a point
we
where
either let y'all destroy your shit, and I'm not black flagging nobody for nothing,
It will
But we
only
have to make
happen
something.
once, and then you
and then
get
you're just gonna go fight him,
No,
and you're
then
gonna go fight him. We gonna punch Cooper Looney.
No,
Well, then what do you-
that's not how you handle a situation, and that is an issue with so many kids in the sport
Hang on,
stopping on
hang
the
on.
front
can
straightaway.
you
the
normally
situation.
tell if something is like for real? Can you guys when you're watching, can you normally tell if somebody is doing something on purpose?
I'll say this: when he hit Corey going in one, when he did that, I didn't see where they were in 3 and 4. I turned around and looked and seen him hit him in the bumper, and I thought, was he mad at him? I don't know what happened in 3 and 4. I don't know
Oh
what just
my
happened
God!
there. I,
Did
well,
you-
that's what you
Jeremy,
did.
I am so glad that you're honest on what you just said, but you really are providing me with freaking methanol, gas, and ether.
Cool.
Because what you just said is,
What'd I say?
I turned and I seen him, and I didn't really tell, but I could tell him, dude, at that point in time, you can't make that call and screw me. When I say it, I'm telling you right now,
Corey. I don't understand
I'm
why
the
you
one
don't
that got
see
screwed.
I don't see why you don't see how you didn't screw Corey.
I'm not saying that Corey didn't get screwed, but it's not like I screwed Corey.
You did.
It's part of racing.
You
He's
did though.
just saying on purpose. I know
Oh,
he's
but
trying to-
that's a huge
purpose, no
difference.
purpose. You did though.
But what you're saying is right there, and you're talking about, well, I
So,
didn't
okay.
really see it, but I thought I saw it. That's why I radioed
No,
get down to the
I
new
saw
guy, and he
you.
said,
I didn't
"Don't
say I
touch."
thought I saw you. I didn't say I thought I
You
saw
said
you.
you barely saw it.
I said I turned around and saw you. When I
around.
turned around and I saw you, I thought, did Corey dirty slide him in 3 and 4 or something?
No, Corey never.
That's what I'm
dirty
saying. I
slide.
didn't know. I didn't know what happened down there.
Okay,
So-
if you were watching us run close, then this sort of come into play. Since no judgment's in, let's see if this helps your judgment call out.
Go
So,
for it.
how many laps did we get close in before that?
You ran him down
Okay, no, sir. That ain't the first time I've been around Corey.
in that lap
In that lap, yes, I've already been
or
around
in that
him.
run.
Or even earlier. It doesn't matter. My point is, I've already raced him as hard as you possibly can. So obviously, there's not an issue. And I see what you're saying. You're saying there's no issue. I don't know that y'all had an issue, but it looked like you hit him, and all that is so judgmental. So yes, if you want my honest truth, the best thing Riverside can do is to try to take as many judgmental calls as they possibly can out. Just like you just said a minute ago about John Howard. John Howard's motors are the one being teched.
But
He
he
was told to
wasn't
come
down
down.
there.
Huh?
Dude, when we asked the drivers, they said he wasn't with him.
That's a lie. That was Lance. And he builds all their
That's what
motors.
the driver said. That's all we could go off.
Of course he can. I'm just telling you, dude, take the judgment calls out. I tell you what, here's a judgment call for you. Your judgment call has got both of my motors for sale. And if you don't think that's partially a huge ordeal, because now instead of me pushing, because the only guy I've ever seen post more and more about Riverside and try to push him and get it out is this guy sitting beside me. I am on the other side now. I'm either on your side or I'm not. And it doesn't matter if you like me or not. I don't care. I know you've been talking crap behind me forever. I don't care. USC has had to ask you to quit talking about the drivers. The drivers was me. I don't care. It's petty. I don't care.
When did
I've
they
been
ask
told
you
I'm
that?
a rotten driver.
No,
I
you
hear
can't
all this
say
stuff.
that and then not explain yourself. What are you talking about?
In the
USC has
booth,
asked
when
me to
you're
tell
up
me
there,
to
you
stop talking
always
about
have
the driver.
something to say about. I guess I'm really at this point in time going because obviously we're not going anywhere on the rule of
You're sitting
you
here
touch
just
somebody.
making crazy
So
statements.
it's not a crazy statement.
Okay, you saying USC
Have you ever been told
me,
to quit talking about somebody in the
No,
booth?
never.
Okay, well, if you're watching, chime in on that
All right,
one.
here's a fun fact for you. I'm not in the box when USCS is there.
That's true.
So,
You know why?
So
Do you know why?
I've never been in there with them.
Because you make calls that are crazy.
Oh, that's why. That's what they said.
Okay, here's a question. You didn't want to get
Is that
to a
what they
minute ago.
said? Is that
They
what,
don't have to.
so you just made that up. So you just made
No, I
up
ain't
that
making it.
statement.
No, I'm not
You
making
said the
it up.
reason you're
That's
not in the
coming-
USC.
That's coming straight from me and the rest of everybody.
is
So let me
making
ask you
stuff
something.
up.
Who-
We don't
hold
make.
on.
Hold on. I got one thing to add.
Saying that like it's a fact.
It's a
And
fact.
that's where you get stuff twisted.
Okay.
You literally just
You
said
want a fact?
USCS said I'm not in the press box because I make crazy decisions.
want a fact?
Is that what they said? Is that what they said?
Absolutely.
Yes or no? That's-
No.
So
they said
you-
you're talking about the drivers.
No, okay. So I'm not in the press box, so they can't say that. And you just said I'm
No.
not in the press box because I make crazy calls.
I'm
you
saying
said that's
I'm
what they
saying
said.
your calls
You
are
said
bat
that's-
crazy.
Is that what they said?
You don't know what you're doing.
Did they say,
You don't know what you're doing.
Ronnie? Did
You
they,
don't know what you're saying. You don't know what you're doing.
Ronnie, did they?
All right, go ahead and ask me a question.
Did they say I'm not in the press box because I make crazy calls? Yes or no?
They don't want you in the press
Yes or
box.
no? Did they say that? Did they say that? Not what you think.
Yes, I have
Did
been
they
told
said
that they don't want you in
They
the press
said
box
no,
making
no.
calls.
That's not what
They
you've been
said-
told. They said
No.
they told you.
No, I have
they
been
told you that.
point
No,
blank. Yes. You
Pete-
keep asking me. Yes.
Pete-
I am telling you, I've been told by officials they did not want him in the daggum book.
Yes.
Pete, Sherry, or
officials.
Andy.
US
Pete, Sherry,
official-
or Andy.
Well, why are
One
we
of them-
changing names now?
Pete, Sherry, or Andy. One of them
Are you
said
not
that.
an official?
Pete, I'm not a USCS official.
Okay. Let's go back to my point. We don't stop three
Thank
times.
you. There it is.
No, here it is.
You just say
when
stuff.
I say
That's a
you,
fact.
when I say
There's
you
no truth to
said
it
you
at all.
don't make bad calls.
When did I say that?
No, not bad calls.
I did not say that. Ronnie, make up
I
another
just said
thing.
crazy calls.
I didn't
Jay-
say I didn't.
Okay, I
didn't
asked
say I
you a
didn't.
minute ago, why did Jay never get paid for the starting A main? Let's hear this one. Go ahead.
Hang on.
No, why are you stopping me?
Hang on. No.
Dude,
'cause I-
we didn't-
Did you know why he got paid?
No, hang on.
Wow,
I'm not.
why did you
I'm not
pay?
interested.
Did
in
you
that.
go over there and pay him?
You have the answer. Why did he get paid?
You went over and paid him because he wasn't supposed to be in the B main.
Yeah.
They said that they asked, and when you knew he wasn't supposed to be in the main, you tell me this ain't a crazy call. Y'all sit here as race car drivers and you put yourself in Jay New's position
Yeah.
and tell me you don't make wrong calls. I don't mean all the time. I get it. We all make
So what
mistakes.
call
Trust
did
me.
I make
Hold on.
wrong there? Go ahead.
You knew he was in the A main when he's in the B.
No.
They told you. I was point blank standing there.
Yeah.
You told them, why did you leave him in the B if he was already in the A main? And it said he was going to end up making it out of there anyway. Did he make it out in there?
I said that.
Okay, so when did you realize he's not supposed to be in the A
Did
main?
you say You just said I said that.
Yes, you said that.
I said that when? Are you saying that I said Jay New is going to make it anyway? Is what
Jay
I
New.
said?
Jay New, chime in or John right now and tell you when he come over there and paid you what he said. Whenever have you tried to make up for something and go pay a man at Riverside when he got destroyed in a B main that he was not supposed to be in? And you don't make no bad call? No, I didn't so bad. Let me back up. You don't make crazy calls? That man shouldn't have been in the race.
Okay.
That's what
You
my
know when I
stated
knew he was supposed to
inability.
be in the A main?
Do what?
You know when I knew he was supposed to be in the A main? when they were
after
on-
he got destroyed.
When they were on the track for the B main. They were already out there. They were already out there. and
Are
it was
you
over.
hearing this?
I said, what do you want me to do, Ronnie?
You come over your little radio
No.
where you got all the charts like Tommy 2.0 and you say, hey man, you're already in A. And let me explain you why.
No.
No, don't interrupt me, please. I know I'm getting loud.
I didn't
I'm
know
not
Jay knew.
yelling.
I didn't know Jay knew was supposed to be in the A.
I'm trying not to yell. I just, you know how I get high strung.
I didn't know
and I'm
who was in
completely
the
under
A.
control. I'm not coming over the table, so if y'all waiting on that, it's not worth it.
I didn't know who was supposed to be in the A. Had no idea. Had no.
Until the B main.
They were already damn near halfway done with it already.
I don't care. This is when I say that y'all are making bad decisions for our track. At that time, as a race car driver, I would so rather you come over the radio and throw a yell and goes, hey man, because it screws up the rest of the field. You were already, hold on.
Go ahead.
You were already in the A.
Mhm.
We're throwing a yellow. You need to leave the track, which he should. You made a mistake, or he shouldn't have been out there anyway. That I know where that come from. That probably come from all the DQing of
That's
the muffler
none of
and all
my
that stuff.
call on any of that.
So anyway,
All I can do is what I'm told to do at that point.
That was
Really?
ASC.
That's all ASC is, arguing, debating
that was
on
a
what's going
hurricane.
that
on.
was a hurricane.
Yeah,
Y'all were running it. That man wasn't even at the track. Y'all told him you didn't want him there. Clayton told him he did.
That's not what
Clayton said
happened.
he didn't want him there. I'm just telling you what he told me. He point blank told me, Clayton Allen said, we got full control of your show. I said, okay. When he was feeling bad too, but
Yeah,
that's exactly what he told me.
Yeah.
wow, what a way to twist that. But go ahead.
Twisting anything.
Hang
I'm
on,
telling you,
hang
you
on,
let
hang on,
here-
Hold
here-
on, hold on, hang on,
hang on.
You let a man run a B main that he was not supposed to be in.
Hold on,
He
Ronny.
got his car trashed.
Ronny,
How would you feel?
hold on. Let's bring it down just a
How
little bit.
dare I try to
So-
make anything better?
What's your give me your take here, Brad? Come on.
Well,
I agree.
well, see, you said that Clayton told the man he don't want him to be there, and then you said that the man didn't feel good anyways. Like, we can run your show. The way I took that is, hey, you don't feel good, we'll run your show.
No, that ain't how it happened.
So,
That ain't how it happened. But that ain't even part of this. But yes, he wasn't there. So you
so
just
that
said
so
he
that
was-
hurt. So the hold on, the Hurricane Man, the ASS Hurricane Man, told you that Clayton said, "I don't want you here."
He told me he has no control, that the track has total control of the show and it's his show. That's exactly what Alex told me. And I respect the man. I don't know why he would lie to me. So he didn't come. But you're saying that
I had nothing to do with any of it.
so you didn't make any of those calls?
Any of which calls?
So that was the Hoss night that call was made and he was in the B main, right? And
Mhm.
Marshall ended up crashing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Marshall's good because he crashed him, but it wasn't in the rear bumper.
Mhm.
Okay. Get that straight. Judgment. So you're saying that when you made that call, it wasn't up to you on any of the B main starters? Who lined the B main up then?
Okay. The B main was made up after the heats were done,
Okay.
right? Passing points,
Mhm.
right? So it's not until the B main cars are out on the track that they're figuring out, yeah, Keith should be disqualified for having the wrong mufflers.
That's crazy. Go ahead.
Well, that's what he was disqualified for. So they're already out there. So I'm like, there's nothing I can do now. They're already racing. And I don't even know who's in this B main.
Okay. In my description of it, and Jay knew and them were told, you knew it when they were lining up. And you should have known it.
No.
So you're saying you did not know this man was going to be in the show until after the B main or during the B main?
They were, I don't even know where they were in the race because I was having to go
Well, you
down
just
there.
said they were, what is
They
it?
were in the B main. I don't know what lap they were on. How can I know what lap they're on if I'm down here having to figure all this out?
Well, do me a favor.
Mhm.
With my non-driving self that pisses people off when I pass them because they don't like the dog when it passes them, if I ever pass somebody or I'm in B main and you realize I'm in the A main, if there's 10 laps in that B main, by God, throw a yellow on lap 9 and tell me, hey man, you're in the A main, you need to leave. Would you agree or not?
Yeah, if
Okay.
we can get that
So-
all figured out before we even get there. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
well, it'd be great because I know it happened all fast because I'd imagine they did the DQ in like probably minutes before. But that's not the only thing. But that is the deal about crazy calls. Just like Marshall, y'all weren't gonna. We'll get to that in a minute. You did the same thing with
I want to
Skinner.
know something real quick. So who handles all of the lineups and everything? Is
Me.
Good question.
You're in the tower doing
Yeah.
okay. So who's in the infield watching this? Like how did this get mixed up then? Like how are you?
Which part?
Well, I'm saying, so you're saying somebody was out there wasn't supposed to be in the B, they were in the A. So how does this happen?
So
Slide job's
they
okay.
find out that
right rear's okay.
Keith has the wrong muffler in.
Right.
So there's
This was
this,
at the Hodnett?
I think so.
Hodnett.
Yeah.
Was it
So there was this whole big back and forth about whether that muffler is an insert legal. No, this is 360s. Which muffler is it? They got mufflers. They put them on. Do we let him go back out? Do we let him finish? No, I don't know. Let's call Hurricane. Let's see. It's his show. He needs to make the call, this and that. Now it is illegal on our track too, and it is illegal in ASCS. What do we do? They're in the B main. They're out there. It's too late.
The way I look at it is you made the call because nobody wanted to man up and make a call. That period.
Right.
That's just the way I see it.
You thought
and
we
then
were just
somebody
scared to go, hey, throw a caution and get him off.
No, but you just took the reins when the man went home. Said y'all got all the control of. That's what Clayton was told him. That is what I'm explained by him per mouth. So I'm not getting a second. So if that's the case, let's get a really tough call. Hey Alex, man, we got a muffler over here that these put on. Tony already knew the motor wouldn't lit, the muffler wouldn't lit. He told me that. He knew before he got there.
Okay.
And he accepted the call. But I do agree, it was a still crazy call because you already let him get away with it. At that time, you can't penalize. Now, I'll give you kudos. You did make the right call after you made up for your bad call because you ended up letting him in the show.
Yeah.
And people were throwing fits because he shouldn't have been. They said, but y'all waited so long after making the wrong call that you eliminated his chance to run. So I would appreciate the fact that, yeah, you gave the guy a chance to make the show, which he did.
Yeah.
So that was the right call of making up for it. Sort of like the same crazy call when Marshall come on the track, 25 laps down out of 30, and you let him run knowing you weren't going to pay him. Marshall should be
We didn't
upset.
know that. We did not know that.
Well,
We did not let him race.
I got to come up here and work because I don't know what y'all looking at because, and I know it's hard, and I have always put my hat on as a promoter. I've always put my hat on as a driver.
Yeah.
I've always looked at it the other side. I just understand what you're sitting there telling me, and more or less in everything I'm bringing up, you're like, well, we didn't have control of that, so I let Jeremy.
Yeah.
Everybody that comes over there,
Yeah.
and this is maybe you're not getting the truth, and I'll tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
There is a problem with our track,
Mm-hmm.
and it ain't just you.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do, I tell you what, you load up and come with me one weekend to Benton, and you watch what takes it and goes on with other tracks that are happy you're there or just makes you feel. And I ain't saying drama can't happen at every track because it happens all over the track. Mm-hmm. But why is it that Riverside is constantly like a barbershop with a bunch of women mad at each other because some got flip-flops and some don't? Why? Why has this podcast had 3 different occasions where it's y'all? I say yours because you're in control, right? Mm-hmm. What's your title? Because I've been asked that 15 times.
Sure.
I don't.
Sure.
Sure.
In charge. I don't know. I've never been given a title. I've never been given a title. So.
What
I meant to ask you that earlier, and I didn't know what your
So your title's Charge.
Sure.
I'm gonna make you a shirt Charge. I'm gonna change this shirt I designed. I'm gonna make it Charge. Sorry, I didn't mean to really embarrass you on that.
So okay,
It doesn't matter about titles anyway because the track's so important. Just like your boy getting mad at me because
hold on. So moving forward, how do you guys?
I'm done.
This has happened. So moving forward, how do you plan to make sure this doesn't happen again? Like what's the track?
Hey, okay. So we've never had a problem with people getting hit in the rear bumper.
No. We're talking about the muffler deal.
Oh,
right
the
now,
muffler.
so like-
The muffler. I don't know. So we didn't even know. Like, never thought to look at anybody's muffler. It wasn't until Taylor Howard pointed it out. And if she had said, "Hey, the muffler's on the 360," we'd have went and looked at the 360. But she said Keith Ainsworth doesn't have mufflers. Well, the 305s are on the track. And there goes Keith Ainsworth. So I said, hey, go check Keith Ainsworth's mufflers. If he doesn't have mufflers, he's got to get off the track.
Okay.
So they ride up there and they go, he's got inserts. And so.
But if you're going by the rules, what you just said.
Hold on,
listen,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Listen, so they go, he's got inserts. And I was like, as far as I know, those are mufflers. So I look it up in the rule book. 305s, mufflers. No certain, no number, no nothing, no part number.
Yeah, you can have
It just says mufflers. I was like, oh, he's fine. So I left it alone. Didn't even worry about it. I was like, whatever, it's fine. It wasn't until intermission I come down. They're like, hey, he's got to be disqualified. I'm like, no, he's got inserts. They're like, no, the 360. I was like, oh, I don't know nothing about the 360. I never looked at the 360. Looked at the 305 and it was fine. So if she would have been any kind of clearer, I guess I might have done that, but had no idea what she was talking about. We checked with she was complaining.
If that's the case and you holler back going by your rules, no matter if it was intentional like me spinning him out, don't leave it up to the drivers.
Right.
And this ain't nothing toward Keith at all. Because Keith and him know I'll come at them just as much as I will anybody else at that track. That's why I put my $1,000 up on the 6 car. Keith didn't have a muffler on.
What?
Keith didn't have them. If you're really going to, because this is exactly what Dustin Gates told me, and I'll be honest with you. This is where Pete gets in trouble. Pete tries to help his driver so much that sometimes he crosses that little line to where if he lets somebody slide, the next time that somebody slides, you're going to take it personal if it's you, right? But if you stick to the rules, we'll go mad. We might get mad, but we'll know we made a mistake. But if you're sticking to your rules, then Keith Ainsworth didn't win that 305 and his streak's ended because he didn't have a muffler on his car, which I
You
don't.
talking about when the header came off?
Yes, I got DQ'd twice. I advanced out of 3 mains at the Chili Bowl. First time ever in a car. I got DQ'd in the middle of it trying to hold Sammy off because my muffler fell off. I had the show made at Little Rock for the first time. I'm not kidding with you, for the first time. And I rode across the scale. Do you know what Tracy did? She DQ'd me because I had no muffler on the right-hand side. I had no idea that it fell off while I was racing. It's a rule. So, and I'm not knocking Keith. To me, it's petty. I know, honesty, he should have won. He should have let him finish. But by rule, Keith didn't win that race because he should have been DQ'd because he does not have a header or a muffler. It is in the rules, and it happens at every track. You are instantly DQ'd. So there's where the favoritism thing comes in.
If you lose your transponder, should you be sent off the track because you don't have a transponder?
I think if you read it,
Well,
you're better.
no,
you will
no,
be better at that than me.
No,
Probably,
if a header comes off, if a header comes off and the transponder comes off, should we same thing? Supposed to have it, they ain't got it.
does he
DQ.
have a muffler?
Does he do have a transponder?
Was the transponder reading the laps before?
Did he have a header before he pulled out?
Does he have a muffler?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so
Then you read the line. Yeah,
it's petty. You're exactly right. It's petty.
Okay,
He
thank
should
you.
have.
I said
and we did it.
I wouldn't have
and now we
worried about
did it. And now you're sitting there telling me we should have done it,
I think-
even though
I'm
it was
saying if you go
petty.
by the
and we
rules,
should have
yeah.
done it.
Hold on. I think y'all are talking about two totally different things. The transponder and a complete header is a totally different thing.
What he's saying is that he came across the scales and didn't have
He didn't have the header.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but once you
So-
stop people without a transponder,
Well, I
it.
mean,
We make sure so if you never pick up, ever,
then you'll make sure you get. Trust me, y'all come to
that's
my car all the time.
because yours are always dead.
I don't know why.
I don't know either.
I got 8 of them.
So if you never picked up, that's when we'll stop you. But if you picked up once, we're like, he must have lost it. We're not about to go. You're disqualified for losing it. And the same way with that header. Like, you had it. It
so
came
why
off.
not? Why not? Why are you not disqualified?
Because it's petty. It's petty. Why do we want to?
Every series that we ever run against though has that.
We'll start
If you-
disqualifying.
if you already-
So you want us to disqualify them? Like, is that what you want us to do?
I catch them in a lie, though.
That's what everybody else does.
But that's what I'm saying. You want us to disqualify them. You don't want us to disqualify them. Make a list of rules you do want us to disqualify them, and I guess we'll do that. Because, like, you get mad when we do it, and then you get mad when we don't do it, and then you get mad and tell me it's petty. You should have let them do it, but I'm mad at you for doing
Well,
it.
everybody's going to have a different opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody's
My
gonna have a
gosh,
different
damn.
opinion. But like with ASCS, I know that if we lost a muffler or
I get it. Yeah.
or anything like a freaking wheel cover, I got disqualified for that. So it's not uncommon. So y'all are saying if anything falls off the car from this point forward, if anything
Like,
falls
so,
off,
okay,
you're
so
not
last
going
year-
to
so-
disqualify.
Technically, you're supposed to be sent off the track if any piece of your body comes off your car.
Okay.
Any piece. Doesn't matter what it is. If anything falls off your car and we can identify it's your car, get off the track.
Okay, so stop right there. So why was Keith not sent off?
Okay, but we don't do that. That we're supposed to, but we don't do that. The only time we
But why?
because why should we?
I can tell you why most people say,
Hold on,
which I disagree. It's not favoritism.
Hold on. I won't.
Why should we send you off? You lost a quarter panel. Like, okay, it's not. We threw a caution. We got it off the track. Everybody's fine. Let's go race. You can race without it. Race.
You go the rear?
No, we don't even send them to the rear because you really have to like unless it's like a door and we know exactly whose it is.
If you have to throw the yellow to get it off.
I know.
Do you go to the rear?
We could send you to the rear, but we don't. We don't do it. It's very petty. It's no need in making Ronnie mad again
but-
because
No, what
whatever.
it does is it take into account how hard
but-
people try to get to your track.
Right, and you want us to send them off
But it's
because
not-
they've
it's
worked
not-
so hard. The
it's-
body panel fell off, and now we're doing this. The
it's-
only thing we come up with it is so at the flip flop a couple years ago, Kobe Richardson's body just falling apart. And after about the third caution, and we're pulling bodies off of it, we said, look, we got to make something. After so many cautions of stuff of your car falling off, we can determine it's your car, you're going to have to go off the track. But we ain't trying to send you off the track because your plastic come off your door.
So the thing is the thing with the header or the muffler or anything like
mhm.
that, I kind of look at that as that's a safety issue. You know, that could hurt somebody.
Right.
You know,
If it's off, right.
Think about help me out here. Wasn't it Wayne Johnson at Riverside that got hit or Jeff Swindell that got hit in the face with a muffler come off somebody's car, broke his helmet?
I remember that.
I might be dead wrong.
Right.
But that to me, that is
No,
that's a
I
serious
completely
enough
agree
offense.
that yes, there's something that could hit you, falls off the car, and we throw a caution, we get off the track.
Right.
So I'm not saying that like, no, the debris falling off couldn't hurt somebody. What I'm saying is like, if we got it and like it's off the track, and you willing to run your motor with no header, it's not great for the motor. That's up to you. But I don't want to just say you don't have a muffler, now you got to go.
Officials.
That's the only thing I could say. I get don't pull out here without a muffler. That's completely different than losing a muffler.
Because they didn't know.
So
And he
that's
said,
the only thing I can say. I'm
I
not
give him credit on that. He didn't know.
trying to just send everybody home for every little thing.
Right.
Because when we send anybody home for any little thing, they get mad.
Well, you start chaos. I understand. I know you guys are in a no-win situation. And
Right.
I've said this to Brad. I've said it to Clayton when he was on the show. Like, you guys
Oh,
really are
absolutely.
in a no-win situation. I would not want to do what you're doing, and that's kind of why when I've been out of a ride lately, that's why I've kind of wanted to make my rounds and just kind of see what
the
you
other
guys
side.
do and why you're doing it, why you make the calls you make. And that's why I wanted to go stand in the flag stand with Brad. I just wanted to get everybody's point of view because I'm trying to understand as a driver why.
I'm not gonna lie, that flag
things happen.
thing. I tried to flag one practice, and I thought it's flagging. How hard can it be?
Yeah.
I walked up and like, no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this.
I
I'll go back.
could tell. Like I thought it would be fun to flag as well, and then watching one of the races up there. I mean, cars getting racing each other, and you're trying to pay attention to everything. Like I wouldn't want to do
Which
it.
flag is where?
Yeah,
And
and
then
then
the
they're asking you, hey, so this happened. Like for instance, this incident.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
this happened. What happened? I'd probably been up there like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
looking everywhere too. So you guys are not in a good position as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need more eyeballs?
That's exactly what Alex said. It should have been pre-teched and there wouldn't have been an issue with the muffler. But y'all don't have enough people, is what I told, right?
All right.
That's kind of why I know it's a total, but y'all don't have enough people to quit making. I walk up, I know this is kind of off the wall too,
Well,
same thing, but you say you don't make.
The
don't
header
have enough
situation, drivers are usually good about self-policing that anyway.
Oh yeah, trust
That's
me.
usually-
Dale Howard just got confused. Dale Howard just got blamed for protesting Chase at Pete's race,
Right.
and so I don't mince words at all. So I go straight to the mouth. So instead of listening to other people tell me, I went straight to Dale Howard
But-
because we talking. So I said, Dale, am I getting this right? You protested Chase? Look, it's a rule. Chase should have mufflers. Bobby didn't have them. They were fighting to get to the track, and he didn't have mufflers. So he didn't have mufflers, but Dale never protested him. All he did was did the right thing. Told Chase, you need to go get some mufflers. So you are 100% correct. People are going to police this, but the track's still responsible for that.
I was going to ask what can be done to make this better. Like, let's try to keep this from something like this from happening again.
From
Like,
a header falling off.
well, I just mean like the
Intentional.
muffler situation, and what should we do? What do you think we should do moving forward as far as parts fault? Do you like where it is? Do you think it needs to be adjusted? Like, what do you want to do?
Fine, I feel like.
Parts falling off. It's going to. It's racing. Like, I'm sure we could say there's something not on Corey's car that he
said-
started with because his wing slider broke, his left rear shocks broke. There's probably something not on his car that was supposed to be on his car.
Yeah, but didn't bring out a yellow. So
Right.
I mean, that's
but does that make it legal? If your muffler falls off and it doesn't cause a caution,
look. You heard me
I'm
say. I
saying.
said it was petty. I wouldn't want Keith not to win because of that. Ain't like except for this. Whose fault did the header fell off?
I couldn't tell you.
I bet it was
That
Brennan.
falls on theirs. I don't care how you
I
look
hope you
at
heard
it.
that too.
When you stop for a safety thing and your fuel type, and this is y'all two
Brennan,
drivers. When
Brennan,
you stop
did you
for
put that header on? I know you did.
when you stop because your fuel tank is your top's off of it, and it's a safety reason.
Mm-hmm.
Whose fault's that?
It's the drivers, it's teams.
Then by God, that's where it goes.
Yeah.
I stopped on the track for my seatbelt.
Mm-hmm.
I undone my seatbelt.
Mhm.
I had to. Trying to reach something, I accidentally went ahead and pulled, and I ended up getting the other side of my seatbelt pulled off. So then I had Anthony reach in there and grab a piece of gumbo out of my car.
Mhm.
I'm really surprised. Knowing what I get at this track, I'm not kidding because the rules are written in China.
Okay,
I
so-
figured I was going to go to the rear.
You
I mean,
keep
not rear.
you keep thinking like there's Ronny, let's
I'm
get him.
not.
Let's
Yeah,
get
I
him.
don't have a
Let's
choice
get
but
him.
to do
Let's
that.
get him.
I don't have a choice but
promise
to do
you.
that.
We
Last year,
we don't care.
last year really pushed it over the edge on that because the rules changed so much. That's what I'm talking about. The rules. You asked a minute ago. So really, what your question should be is, What can we do about somebody tapping somebody in the rear end, if it's on purpose or not on purpose? Do you agree that the track should have that? If that race was yours and y'all were racing and you watch what I just did, would you highly be pissed if you raced that hard back up and then touched somebody by an accident because they were wounded too? And he slowed down a little bit more than I thought he was going to.
So
Would you not be upset?
if it's me, and I know that this is the rule, which I did not, I'll be honest.
No, I
This is the rule.
ain't never heard
If
of
I
it.
know it's the rule, and I, whether intentional or not, and I spun somebody, I would know, like, well, dang, it's the rule. I can get behind it. But if I see it happening and it doesn't get enforced, yeah, I'm gonna be upset. Not every look,
But the issue
everybody-
is you can't see all of it.
right. But
So then it becomes a judgmental call, and then you're being blamed for favoritism when you're not. I'm not saying it's always favoritism. Just like the
Even-
Marshall thing.
Hang-
No, I said-
Screaming it for 2
hang on,
days.
hang on. Go back down.
That was favoritism.
Hold on.
That's just the way I look at it. You don't
Right.
like that,
Absolutely
it's
not.
clear, and then all of a
Absolutely
sudden
not.
I go to the rear with something that you're not 100% sure you see.
Right. Hold on a
When
second.
4 people saw it.
So
They saw it.
I listen to racing podcasts every week, from NASCAR to Outlaws, whatever. I listen to everything, and I don't care which series it is. They all complain about calls or anything like that. Yeah, I know we need better church. I get, like, nobody's perfect, and everybody over here at West Memphis has jobs. They work for a living. This is not what they think about 24/7. This is all probably volunteer mostly. So everybody's doing it for the love of the
There's
sport.
video.
So, yeah, we've had the video pulled
No,
up.
this is a video of Evan spinning somebody out, and they didn't go to the rear, and that's his own kid. I'm just saying what your rule is, and when you ask the question a minute ago, it really needs to say, what can we do about this? My personal opinion, and I've been racing 20-something years, been around all my life. You take as many judgmental calls as you possibly have. But what they're looking at, because McCarver confused me, he's saying that this is a judgmental. It's not a judgmental call, and that's probably what you're trying to explain to me. That it's not judgmental. You touched him and he spun.
You got him, yeah.
But that dude could have done anything, and you're punishing the guy. If he blew a motor,
If he blew a motor, then no. No. He
You
didn't
got-
blow a motor, though, did
but
he?
there's too many. You don't.
He didn't blow a motor.
Okay, if his brakes locked up,
And that happened to Terry Graham. We didn't put the dude to the rear.
Okay,
my
but what,
friend,
hang
my
on,
buddy,
but
your
what,
judgment.
But
It's
what-
too late once you
No,
send me to the
I
pits,
didn't.
like last year for getting out of my car when I was told to.
That's not what you got sent. That's not what you got sent off.
I know.
hold
That's
on.
what I got black
hold on,
flag for.
hold on, Ronnie. Hold on. What he's saying, I know what he's trying to say, and I know you understand. But what he's saying is
Anything could happen.
anything can happen.
Right. And we take that
And-
into account.
Okay, but if the rule is going to be if you tag them and you spin them,
Mhm.
don't you think that's what we should do every time?
We do. We do, Brandon.
But you're saying that you don't.
No,
that
what I'm saying
that
is-
you didn't.
No.
Because he
No.
brakes locked up or the engine.
Did you just see
That's
that?
completely
Yeah,
different.
I mean, yeah, but
You gonna tell me they didn't see that? They're all together.
I mean, I don't know. I can't comment on that. I wasn't
That's
there.
my point about
Yes,
coming
you
over
can.
there and
You
looking
just
like the
do it.
rules
You're
are all
too
over the
quiet.
place. My suggestion:
I'm sitting here trying
Everybody
to do
does
this.
this.
Just do
Everybody's
nothing.
texting me.
take care of the rules that you can control.
Yeah.
Don't have a motor rule if you can't tech.
Yeah.
Don't have a rule in there you can't enforce.
Mhm.
If you're going to put this rule in there, then you might as well get ready to make judgment calls all night long, because that kid right there just spun out the boy in front of him. And every car's together. So if your job is to watch the cars close, unless you're too short to see over that little thing in there, and you're not, because I had you banging on the window one night. You can reach the window, so you can see what just happened. He just literally spun him out in this video, and he didn't go to the rear. So what that does is it makes you, maybe you'll understand it this way. So then what it does is it makes you look like you're showing favoritism. You follow me?
No, I get it. I get how it looks
And,
sometimes.
and that's
but all
what
I
I meant.
all I can tell
That's
you.
what I meant a minute ago. I'm not saying the Keith deal. I've heard it a million times. He's showing favoritism. I've heard it about Clay. I mean, it's the easiest thing that people love to pin on somebody. And I have never been that. I have never felt like that until this weekend. Me and you ain't never jailed.
Phone's about to
Why?
die,
I
so
don't
I
know.
was fixing
I
to
helped you when
here,
you
watch.
first started your
Got to switch
your
to YouTube.
graphics, and you're good at it. But I ain't never done anything to you.
I'm on 1%.
Whatever it is that started our beef can be the beef. But you cannot tell me I do not have a reason to feel like that ain't personal when everybody over there is screaming that under my situation, because that is as clear as racing gets. And he just summed it up. It's a racing deal. This is as close to a racing deal. So Are we in racing now in every form or fashion going to say that's a racing deal, but he going to the back?
So, if it,
That happens in go-karts all the time. I know that's
Yeah,
I
but
know this isn't
go-karts are, y'all spin each other
but-
out on go-karts on
but-
purpose.
okay.
Or
So,
bump and run or whatever y'all call it. What is it called?
so do
You race go-karts?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I can remember? I can remember when we raced go-karts. That was the
You're too
rule.
quiet.
If you he
Well.
is too quiet. I'm fussing at him right now. If you spun somebody, you both went to the rear. So what I'm saying is this is tough. I don't necessarily agree with the whole bumping from the left rear back. I don't necessarily agree with it because, like he's talking about, it does kind of get gray. Is my only word.
if they're spinning,
If
if
what?
they're already spinning,
10
They
Shades
broke
of
'em
Grey.
up.
What's that book?
they
50
broke
Shades of
in
Grey.
front of you.
I didn't read that.
We're not
You
putting you to
read
the rear for
50
that.
Shades of Grey.
We're not putting you to the rear for that. Just because a
But-
car is slower
but-
than you, just
but-
because a car is slower than you, don't mean you can just. They were too slow.
But in the moment, how do you know? Is my thing.
You
How
can see the moment that it
Deliberate.
happens.
Deliberate, yes. And you will know
You can't
deliberate.
determine deliberate. You cannot. Because if I were to come down there, that looked deliberate, Ronnie. You went 6 cars back, dove in, and hit it. It looked deliberate. So even if we made this call on a
It does,
deliberate,
but I
on a
did
deliberate,
But I did, is people, look, I'm
there's
open-minded
great.
as I
There's
can get.
people
But I
that
was
can be
told,
there.
I
All
know
I can go
before
off is
people
my
said-
track workers.
it looked like, I was told, he said it looked like,
cars deep.
he said it looked like you'd already set up for the bottom before Corey had actually entered all the way on the bottom. And I did. And the second he did, you're going to see my car going to a slide. But all this is irrelevant because my point is, y'all are not good enough to be able to do what you're doing now without errors to add in a judgmental call. And you just said it. Sometimes you get it wrong. But you
No,
don't
I didn't say
understand
we
what
get
I just went through to even be at the track for me to go to the rear, coming from the rear, because it might have been on purpose or it might have not been. So we're just going to make a rule that says if you touch somebody and they spin, and we don't know, and just like it's what opened your eyes just now, we don't know if his wheel got loose. Maybe his brake locked up. You don't know, but you cannot punish me because that man's brake come off because they didn't tighten the bolt.
It didn't.
Okay?
It's not what happened.
I
So you
flipped.
can't tell that story like that's what happened.
That's not how it happened.
Okay? Keith's header fell off.
What does that got to do with this?
I entered the next corner and I flipped because Keith's header went underneath my car and gave me a flat.
Did you not say it when Lineal interviewed you? That's not that did not wreck for that header. You said there's a header on the track.
No.
That header didn't cause me to.
No,
wreck.
sir. The header flipped me. The header blew the right front tire out, and I got it on video.
No.
When I entered the corner after running over his header, the right front was flat, and I didn't know until I entered the corner because I was already telling y'all there's a header on the track. The cars run over it. That's his biggest hazard in bringing a yellow out. So I guess that's where you're saying you don't go to the rear if that's the case, right?
Mhm.
That's a little harsh right there. I mean, because why should Ronnie be penalized? Isn't that what you did? Why should I be the one you just said? Why should Corey be the one that loses out in this incident? Even if his brakes locked up and I hit Corey, why should he be the one? Maybe because his brakes locked. I'm not saying he's did. Maybe his brakes locked up. His header fell off. I ran over it. It punches the right rear off the rim. I entered the corner and I flipped. Why is it okay for Ronnie to get penalized? Because his header fell off. That is Keith's issue. So yeah, he should have been put. And I'm glad he wasn't. Like I said, I'm not a petty person. Speaking of that, you're saying I'm not.
Hey, what does he want? Hey, Brad, what does he want? So does he want Keith to be disqualified or Keith not to be disqualified?
No, I'm saying-
no.
Okay,
What does
you
he
asked
want?
the question, then I'm gonna answer
All
for
right,
you.
hold
What does he
Brad,
want?
You ready?
Would you please speak up?
What
Please.
does it sound like he wants? Does he want Keith DQ'd or he
No.
doesn't want Keith DQ'd?
I'm not
For the
petty. But what you said a minute ago is the reason I made that statement. If it's black and white in the rule book, then by God, you go black and white in the rule book. If you're going to put in there that y'all are behind the damn curtain in there that y'all can tell what went on, but if we had contact, you go, that's black and white. That's what you're saying. Okay, well, in the rules, it says no header, no muffler, you DQ'd. So I'm not wanting him DQ'd, but I'm just saying, if you're going by the rules like you're standing on, then by God, Keith should have been under the rules.
Okay.
True or false? And I get it's petty. I didn't want him to get DQ'd.
It's
either.
super petty.
It is, but it's still a rule. Did you just make that decision? You just said it. It is a rule. So if it's a rule, then you got to follow it. That is why the other teams were saying that. They don't have a dog in this fight. When we went to the pits, a bunch of them were talking about, well, he's DQ'd. Because they've been seeing it at every track. You see it at every track you go to outside of Riverside, right? If you honestly lose your header or muffler, you will be DQ'd.
That's what I was saying about
Yeah.
the series that we run with ASCS,
Mhm.
Outlaws, or whoever.
Except for Crowley's Ridge, so you won't be
You don't know what happens at Crowley's Ridge.
Yeah, but that's a racetrack. That's their call. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
So-
saying. Evan McElhaney's the night before, like his header come off the car, and he was able to race the whole time. So
This
But
may
it-
happen to
it
me
didn't
next
come
time,
off.
but how does a header come off?
Huh?
I said this may happen to me next time, but how does a header come off? I've never had a
I
header.
can tell you.
How?
Mostly everybody that ran that track the night before, including me, I lost 3 bolts out of the left side because Crowley's Ridge had ripples so bad on the front straight. Did you run that night? You ran, didn't you?
the ridge
Yeah, the night was it flip.
that I flipped.
Yeah, didn't you flip the
Oh,
8?
there was ripples, yeah.
Did you tore up the guy's car real
Yeah,
bad and stuff? But remember all the ripples on the front straightaway? It's never been like this. It was literally like an ocean, like da-da-da-da-da-da. And I think it shook it. There were 5 or 6 different people had mufflers and headers come off. But Keith and them, I was told by somebody close to him that they changed, but they forgot to tighten them. That's his fault. Now I'm not petty. I don't care. But it is a rule. That was my point to you. But it's a petty.
How did,
To me, what just happened was petty to me. You just lost a car, and I'm standing on it. I'm saying it out loud. I said it at the track. I am done with Riverside. And if you think I'm done at Riverside because of pettiness or this and that, it's because of the overall calls that have been taking place and the things that I constantly see change. I can't stand it anymore. I do end up on the wrong side of it. And you
Don't
even
call it favoritism
I'm not calling it favoritism.
anymore.
Not necessarily favoritism, no. But I'll tell you what you did.
What I do.
You walked to me one night because you made the wrong call on me. Do you remember this? I do. And I really thought I should kiss you because I know how much you don't like me. But you walked to the pits and told me, hey man, we missed that call.
all right.
So I gave you the next one.
So
That's exactly what you told me.
hang on. So you say you're done. You're gonna be done with
I'm
it.
done with 305s. I'll run 3. Yeah, my 305s for sale once I go run bent.
I have an
So
idea
let
for
me
that
ask
too.
you this.
We'll get to it in a
Let
minute.
me ask you this. You say you want the best for Riverside. You love Riverside just as much as we do. We do this because we want to try to help promote Riverside. We want to put butts in seats. That's what we're here for. And I feel like you're the same way. Why not try to help? Like what? Why not try to come over and help prevent some of this stuff?
You know what
Why
I was
not
doing?
put your point of view? Like why?
Have one better than
That's
that.
what I was
Have
actually
one
coming
better
to
than
do.
Come
I was coming
do-
to help you that night work because y'all take y'all going to take help. I would imagine you'd take my help in an instant.
I tried, but they did actually. They didn't
Well,
take my help. But I guess maybe they.
You know how many
didn't want
times
my
I
help.
put the
don't know.
fence up? And if you don't think there's an issue
That's all
between
hands
me
on
and you,
deck. That's all hands on deck. It's fence repair.
there is not a time at Riverside
Real
that I'm
quick,
not
you
trying.
need y'all need an impact wrench, by the way. Y'all need an impact wrench.
for the
You're gonna be
fence?
yes. I'm over there. Now, it wasn't even a ratchet wrench. I'm over there with a single wrench trying to take out one. Not a,
Or some cutters for the aluminum ties. You know how many times I put the fence up?
I've
I've been over 26 years and I know the fence was different. Trust me.
I didn't mean to
But
go
this
there.
last time that I was helping with the fence,
You tell Alberto how to put up a fence.
No, he does a great
No,
job. I'm
Alberto
just saying
knows how.
we need an impact.
but Alberto knows who's usually there helping them too.
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
I'm not helping put the fence up, I'm throwing shirts to keep the fans involved as much as I can. I'm in the stand. So yes, I am embedded in that track. But I'll say it again. I'm done because I cannot see it growing. It sucks now. People are complaining. I'm just being dead honest. And you can say that, oh, the negativity is what hurts the track. No, what hurts the track is not listening to the fans. What hurts the track is not listening to the drivers. Because if you get every one of us drivers together, when you start talking about us touching somebody and them being put to the rear, I'm willing to bet you a pretty good bit that there's not going to be hardly any drivers that say, yeah, if they touch, they go to the rear. Because it happens too much with us at Riverside on a short
I
track.
think
tell
anybody
you.
said if you touch, you go the rear. This
Deliberately, I'm all for it.
All right, so if you're not going to run the 305s anymore, how would you feel? And I don't want to put words in y'all's mouth, but how would you feel about trying to help run a show? How would you feel about trying to make the calls?
I was coming over
I
there
got a
to
better
help.
one. I got a better one.
I was coming over there to
Well, what's
offer
your
my
better
help.
one?
And I
Hold on.
normally do when I don't work.
Hold on.
If I'm not
Hold on.
putting cars in the track from the pits or helping somebody get to the track, then I would be more than available, just like Derek does, just like everybody else do. I put into that track just as much as anybody you can think of. I was coming over there until I realized when Tommy had called and Susie goes, well, they said they're not going to have no cars. I felt rotten because I know me and Tommy ain't the world's best friends because I scared him supposedly. So At that point in time, I said, you know what? I better I'm gonna work at 1:30. I started changing the motor out in my 360 and 305 because I didn't have another 305 time. I done trashed it.
We're getting off subject here. Hold on. What was your idea? You got a better idea?
No. Okay, so don't sell your 305. Or I guess it don't matter.
Got somebody else's 410 over there in 305 because we don't jack anyway, but go ahead.
I got a thought on that too, but go.
If you love sprint car racing, you love 305s, you
It's
love
not my love, but yeah,
but
it's
you
God's
love
my
to
love first.
drum them up, get them together, get them to go. Why don't you take over MSCA? Scott and Larry ain't doing nothing with it.
Because I ain't taking over nothing. I'm too busy taking on your customers and say you don't call me.
Why?
I mean,
all right,
you
we're getting
have
a
an
little-
opportunity.
That was a kid.
You have an opportunity.
But why?
You literally have
Why
an
what?
you-
Taking MSCA?
Why don't you do it?
You
Because I
literally
ain't
have
got
a chance to help grow this thing.
That's
make it bigger.
MSCA is dead. It's dead. And no, it's
You-
not MSCA, it's grow. I am helping. I've been on the phone today 3-4 times. I've had the instant this even started, I had 3 phone calls from Jackson, Mississippi. Now I just got 2 from Benton, Missouri.
Yeah.
They want to know what we need to do, what this and that. And he just texted me talking about the pay. Because there's a whole billion of ideas that and much as I hate to say it, we might not agree a long time ago, but me and Hagar, not Derek, I'm sorry, Conrad. We go through this every time we sit by a pool, throwing ideas of what the hell, what we can do here, what we need to do here. But it never happens. The whole track itself, and you're saying, if I ran it one night, so I'm going to give you 2 examples. I already did this, and I'm sure you read it. Because I figured you'd say, well, I tell you what, you come take my job. You'd have to help me with some of the logistics part right off the bat. As far as making decisions, I tell you this, just like you might think you can drive a sprint car. There we go. I'll come run the track one night. I'll put you in a sprint car one night. Let's see who does better out of the 2. That'd be fun.
I don't care to drive a sprint car.
I care to run a track. If I can turn Riverside into money and not be a number cruncher and show, then I guarantee you that I would do that.
Did you say not be a number cruncher?
Yeah, well,
like
Clayton's
don't
a
worry
number
about if it's going to make money.
No. He's got to make money. That's a whole nother subject.
You have to crunch numbers.
Yeah, you have to, I don't mean that. Future number, like this weekend, for example. When I went to Benton, they had over 3,500 people in the stands because they let them in free. I was like, wow. Did you see pictures of all the people in the stands? This weekend was terrific. Agree? To be a regular night, to have that, that was terrific.
Yeah.
So the last thing you want to do is have a line, and I'm going to start throwing, and this is what I'm going to ask you what your title is. Who runs the place?
I don't deal with any of the concession stand stuff.
No, I know. We all heard that comes from Clayton's wife. Okay. Who runs the place? Who's the overall? Because you cannot have a football team with a coach embedded into something that he's not watching the game. So who overall, and it ain't Clayton because he's selling beer and talking to people because that's what's fun to him.
What are you asking me? What's being ran here?
So what? So
what's
who
your point
runs? I pull in the gate. This is a huge number of people here. This is exactly just pops in my head. I pull in the gate. We're on Broadway. The trucks are on Broadway. You got one person taking up money for the infield. I mean, for the pits and getting into the stands. The cars can't even get in the gate because y'all had so many cars. I got out of my truck, and I'm sure it made somebody mad, just like you told me to get off the track tonight. I was trying to help with the fence. You said, what are you doing out here? Anyway, so when I pulled in and all these cars are backed out, I said, one driver, stay in the truck, y'all go. We trust the guys enough to come back, and they're not going to cheat ourselves and not pay. Go in, and that way we can let all these people go in. So I walk in and I asked Tommy Rowe, and Tommy goes, we're just short-staffed. And I look over there, and y'all are 2 in y'all's pretty white shirts sitting on the table talking. By God, I'll clean a bathroom if it's what it takes to make that track. And it needs it because there ain't no soap in them. So I will do whatever I need to as the person over that track to make it better. There's not, if I had the money, I would own the track. And I would have Clayton involved all he wants. My personal opinion, he'll be the last owner of that track. But there's so many things that are not being done to help the fans. Y'all are speeding the show up by letting nobody get off their four-wheelers. That's the stupidest thing. I get you trying, but that ain't slowing nothing down. The fence slows down. I mean, you took a car off and you got 5 cars, then you DQ'd a guy because he got off, put his car in the gear. And let me show you how simple-minded this is. Do you know? You kind of know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Okay. Tony Higgins got DQ'd.
Yeah.
This is just the overall census. Tony Higgins gets DQ because he gets off the four-wheeler. Now, I was told later, y'all did constantly tell him he couldn't do that. And the reason you're doing that off the four-wheeler so you can't get off because you don't want to slow the show up, right? I get it if that's what's slowing the show up. So he asked, what am I supposed to do? I'm trying to get he's new. I'm trying to get it in gear and told him because there was a problem with the shifter. You know what he was told? You go get an official, the one that does the fence. He gonna know where the gear shifter is, ain't he? So now you're gonna have Tony all the way back over there. Now you got a discussion of trying to get him on the track. Come on.
Did Tony explain to you what happened? To that? Or is that the only story?
No. I've been told twice. And I was told that might have been you. I can't remember. Somebody did say they kept coming on the radio.
No. So that was in the heat race. So he told us after what was happening.
Yeah.
I don't know who's in that car. Is it Brad? Is it you? I don't know. It's Tony Higgins' car. Who's in it? I don't know. Can't get it in gear. Well, should he be out there? If you can't get it in gear, should you be
because that's something
rocking it to push off?
Sometimes,
okay.
Yes.
So either way, we go to him like, hey, we didn't know that's what it was, but don't do that. Don't step off your four-wheeler. Nobody can step off the four-wheeler because if Taylor Howard sees him step off his four-wheeler, be like,
if it's a rule, yeah, I get it. That's why
he's on it. So no. So why should we let Higgins just because he's new? No. So either way, what we did do to make everything better is, hey, that's fine. If he has trouble and he said something was wrong with the wire, the cable, the shift, put it in gear, Alberto, go over there, talk to him, let him show you how to put it in gear, how he needs to put it in gear. So we did that. So the problem was solved.
So Alberto put it in gear the next time?
If he needed it, he didn't have to. The dude got it in gear. We didn't have to reach down there and put it. But if he needed it, we were ready.
If all three of us pull out on the track, and sometimes your car gets where you can't get it in gear, true or false? And if you're good, you know how to keep pressure on it. That's somebody's been in the car a while, so when they bump you, you can instantly get in gear. You hope, or you're going to instantly stop them, correct? Right. But just say me and all three of us lined up time. You don't think that's going to slow the show down more somebody getting off the interview? My whole point to that, Jeremy, is that y'all are putting stuff in place, which I give you credit that you're trying. But you're putting stuff in place that actually is worse than what's just not having it in there anyway, like the rules. And you said you want it again. It's the same thing. I put $1,000 up for a reason, and I heard you come over that radio. This is why I say the whole overall rules. You don't know what's going to happen. It's almost like Crawley's Ridge. So maybe it should be, because when you go to Crawley's Ridge, I'll be honest with you, I don't know when you can go anymore, when you can't. We all laughed about it because there's no cone, right? So we accepted that before we went over there. But at Riverside, we do probably expect a little bit more unity and understanding of the rules. And I'm not knocking your passion, although I've been told you don't even want to work there. So and I'm not going to get into who. So if that's the case, then maybe somebody loves it, or maybe you're better at something in the infield. I'm not saying that I'm not going to make a mistake or somebody, and I can take a butt chewing because I'm not really worried about nobody kicking my butt. I can take it from them. I can take it from anybody. That's part of having thick skin, and you've got to have thick skin. But you're putting stuff in place, and the rules are just thrown. They're just changing.
I'm saying this like I put the don't step, get off your four-wheeler in place.
No,
that's been there for a very long time.
No, it was in there, I know for a fact, and then it was taken completely out. That rule has never been back in there. That rule was put in there because I got DQ'd one night or sent off the track because my worker got off and turned my in-car camera on. But y'all probably turn them off on before you get on the track.
Or by phone.
Yeah, or voice. You know, they got the voice now. See, I'm old, man. I ain't up on this technical stuff. What my point is, you had put in a rule that y'all think is right that can be looked judgmental. Agree or not agree?
What? Getting off your four-wheeler?
No. Going back to our deal, you put in a rule that Riverside put in a rule, and there's some rules that Riverside put in I wholeheartedly agree with. One of them y'all could talk for a while on. I'll give it to you later because it's good. Me and Clayton had 2-hour conversation about it. But you're putting in stuff that's making it worse or putting more judgmental because you can't tell what's going on. So the only thing I got in my head is the guy that walks out on the track and tells me to get off the track when I'm helping is the same guy that DQs me for brushing a guy in a bumper that says, I don't think it was intentional. I was looking the other way. Then I came back and I saw you touch him. And then I saw Corey. That's the same guy. So yes, at that point, the same man that tells you that most things are, and I've just had this conversation with Pete. It is so easy to say that things are done showing favoritism. And I'm not that guy. I don't do that. This is the first time. This is the first time that I've literally said I felt like I was pinpointed favoritism to the point that I made an assumption that I might be, and I'm a man, I will tell you when I'm wrong. Like, unlike a lot of people, I'll tell you when I'm wrong. You made an assumption. I made an assumption that you had already talked to Corey. I didn't ask Corey, and I'm going to ask him because I guarantee I don't think Corey would lie to me. But if Corey brought up to you one thing about what took place that Friday night at the Crawley's Ridge, then by God, because you said he didn't. If he doesn't, honest with me, then I assume
He told me about it today. Today is the first I heard.
Well, at that point, like I said, I don't have any other feeling but to feel like it is being pinpointed and personal to me. It goes into last year's stuff. I just took the longest penalty in history of Riverside. Outside of a guy bringing a gun took less, and a dude ran over another guy with a car. He got life.
Mm-hmm.
I had not even you man enough, and I get, because Clayton finally, and this is the disrespect, you weren't man enough to call me, and I'd already talked to you. I'd already talked to Clayton that night about other stuff. I wasn't mad, but the rule, once again, that's my whole thing about people feeling like they got screwed because the rules changed. That night I was told 5 different reasons before I told you or Robbie Dale what y'all could DQ me on. Other than that, it's like it just kept throwing up in the air. So yeah, rules change, and I'm not the only one that feels like that. I just got 21 text messages. Before I even got, oh my God, cover this. I can't cover everybody else's incident. I can only cover mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cover mine. So yes,
So
your rule in the end of this, regardless if you put it in place, regardless of who's standing, I know Clayton's watching. He can sit here and say he ain't. He watching. It just cost him somebody over there, as it did with y'all and John. It took John over a year to come back to that track. And I hate to tell you this, without John Howard, you ain't got to worry about getting over early because usually you ain't gonna have no cars. He was responsible. Now he done backed off, and now I'm gonna back off. We helped so many people because we love the race. We love the camaraderie. And as I told Marshall, you got nothing to prove winning right now. We're all gonna be, at the end of this, we love talking to each other. I have never held a grudge at anybody. I hate nobody. I don't mind slapping respect in somebody's mouth, but I don't hate anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But when you constantly are the one that's on the other end of that stick, and even you walked to me and said, man, I made the wrong call. I gave you so much credit, you said that. And then you told me I made up for it. I said, don't make up for it. Just swallow the wrong call.
Mm-hmm.
You make up for it. You pissed him off or somebody else. You didn't owe me nothing. Nobody owes me nothing. But yes, so in the end of this, that rule, I felt like was given on for your judgment on that was do and be a man. Was it done because of who I am, or you're saying it was widely done just because of...
God, no.
Okay.
No. I'll tell you this much. When you spun out by yourself in the heat race,
Yeah.
I literally asked every single track worker, did he have help? Did he have help?
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you spun out by
You know
yourself.
why I spun out?
Why?
Because I had a flat. You know why I had a flat? And I'm not blaming Corey whatsoever, because I come up the track, we just got crowded.
So nobody turns you, though.
That was a racing incident.
But
With
nobody
me and Corey.
turns you.
And it ain't
Nobody
even brought
spun you,
up.
right? Nobody spun you, right? Nobody hit you. Nobody hit you
But
and
it's still
spun
the
you.
end result's the same. It cost me. But you can't. Point made, Jeremy. You can't tell that from your standpoint. True or false?
That
He
you
can't
spun out
tell
by
that he-
yourself?
No, you can't tell that he hit me from the rear and gave me a flat tire. Am I to be mad at Corey? We both just ran out of room. I didn't even know it was Corey. I had no clue. So I had a flat. So yes, when I come back again, I did not realize that was what was going on, and it spun me out. So do I suffer that, or does Corey get penalized? That's the judgment part. No, you're shaking your head. No, that's why I said take that out, man. Let the drivers handle it. Dale and Derek, of course, they still go back and forth, which usually has something to do with the girls on the microphone going at it and keeping it stirred up. Let's be honest. But they went at it, and Dale made it perfectly clear when he took him out. I'm out of both of them. I'm gonna watch because I'm not taking sides on this. But Dale made it clear when he took out, and Derek knows he did it on purpose. That was intentional and easy to see. Agree?
You can't get into that. You cannot get into that.
So you're
cannot-
saying that's the same as me brushing him, basically? in the
No,
end.
no. What I'm saying is you cannot get in. If Dale would have got out and be like, man, I didn't do that on purpose. I promise. You think people are gonna be like, I took him out. I did. I took him out. No.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. That's why I said quit thinking like the drivers. That was my whole issue. When y'all try to insert yourself into thinking of what took place,
Then we should have done nothing to Dale.
you
We
No.
should have done nothing.
no, that's
Because you
blatant
can't
and obvious.
You can't.
There is a big difference between blatant
What
and
you gonna see
obvious.
blatant and obvious, I might not.
They
and
got
that's
him
when
for
you
rough
get-
driving.
That's when you get into just
I don't think he meant to crash me. I don't.
Well,
But he disrespected when he and I were talking earlier. But they black flagged him. But in your rules, that's what's blowing my phone up. It's okay to right rear anybody. You just can't touch them in the rear, right?
Mhm.
And you
And
just said
who? How do I decide who should have lifted and who should have stayed in the gas?
same thing with him. In
It
front of me.
started with
Help me
you
out.
and
Help me
Landon.
out.
It
Help me
started
out.
with you and Landon. It started with you and Landon. That whole thing.
I didn't even know that. Why did
Yes.
somebody tell me? I mean, that's crazy.
This is, and we keep going in circles.
Sliders
Yeah, let's
can
go
go
in a
either-
circle.
sliders
Start
can go
what can
either
help? What can be done?
To me,
be done without me.
in my,
I'm not making decisions.
Was that
I
deliberate or
know,
not?
but
I'm
to,
not.
To me, I
This is
know
the
what he's
only way
saying.
I can be consistent. I can't say it's fair. I can't say it's fair. I can say it's consistent. That you got him. Brandon got it. Brandon Poppenheimer got him. She was mad. We talked about it. Corey, when he hit Kenny, we put him to the rear. Landon Coke has been sent to the rear plenty of times. Like, this isn't the first time it's happened.
Do y'all look at
That's why
stock cars different from sprint cars?
Nope.
To me,
Not at all.
To me, this is earlier in
Derek
the
has
show.
messaged me. He said he went to the back earlier this year for spinning out a car in stock cars.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Stock
why
cars.
I don't.
Yeah,
this is why I
that's
told.
spin
I
out,
don't
spin
really
out,
totally
spin out.
agree
Yes,
with the
it's
whole
Contact.
hitting in the back because
So you can
either
right rear.
way, I see what he's saying. Either way, he's saying you don't know what's blatant and what's not. You've even said you don't know what's blatant and what's not.
Mhm.
So why do it? I know what you're saying too about. Well, do we just let them wreck each other?
Yeah.
Well, to a degree, I think drivers have
What degree-
always
okay.
self-policed.
Okay, but what to what degree? Because Ronnie can go down there and dial out Cooper
Well,
Looney
let me-
every single week.
let me
and
ask you
Cooper
this.
Looney's not going to come say something to
Do
you.
you see all the highlights of Bowman
Yeah,
Gray?
he does.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, boy, dude,
So
will,
you
too.
can definitely tell that that's all blatant. I'm saying that maybe that's not the best idea to have that.
Let it go. Have Bowman Gray every weekend. And y'all
not
come
saying
to
have
that.
Bowman
Nobody's
Gray.
going to
But
do
that's
that,
what I'm
Jeremy.
saying.
Cars cost too much.
Okay, okay.
I'm
If,
saying
if you wouldn't have been sent to the rear, would Corey be okay with what happened?
Corey gave me a thumbs up when I went by. You tell me.
Well, but he knew you were going to the rear.
Corey gave me a thumbs up when I went by.
But he knew you were going to the rear. Would he
How do
be
you know I was going
okay?
to the rear?
Because he knew you hit him.
Oh, my
Corey
God.
knows.
No.
Corey
He didn't
got
know.
sent to the rear.
Now, Corey did get sent to the rear, but that
Corey's been sent to the
that
rear.
was pretty blatant what Corey did then, too. So I get it. But
He didn't mean to. He didn't mean to.
no, he thought I was doing it, and I wasn't even in the race.
Right. He didn't mean to, though. But he didn't mean to. But he
It
did.
doesn't matter. My whole point, let him finish because he was going exactly where I wanted you to.
I'm just all I'm saying is I almost wonder if I just don't think that's a good rule because then like he's talking about it puts judgment on y'all.
It doesn't, though. The
But
only
it does.
judgment we have, were they spinning or were they breaking? That's the only judgment we have on that. That's it.
See, why?
Whether they're breaking or
No, why? You don't
That's
know.
the only one we have
But they
on it.
might be spinning because they're breaking, like he made
Right.
a point.
Yeah.
You don't, but you put yourself in a judgmental way like that.
Right.
If you take, Jeremy, I get what you're saying. Y'all are trying to keep it from getting ugly.
yes.
Okay.
And it's the only way I can be consistent.
But
You're
most
saying
of
just
us-
take it and throw it out. Just throw it all out.
It ain't
Let
never
y'all
been-
deal with it.
It ain't never been there before.
All right.
But I'm not
But
so
you
old
don't
school
understand.
that I don't want things to change.
You don't
for the better.
understand how many times we've heard. How
Go
many
ahead, go
times
ahead.
can I get taken out and nobody gets penalized?
Speak up. You race
do-
cars.
Can we do
You so
polls?
quiet on this thing all the time.
Do a poll
Do it
because there's 180 people watching. Do a poll.
Can you right rear? It's okay.
Shit,
but if
hang
you
on.
touch them in the bumper, it's not.
Should we have? Trying to think of how to word this. Should we penalize a driver for hitting in the left rear and back,
When you don't know if it's intentional or not.
or let the drivers handle it?
You should. You should let the drivers handle it.
What do you mean?
Then fine. Y'all just start fist fighting. Everybody starts tore up. Nobody's penalized for anything.
All I'm saying
because
is-
how am I supposed? You're going to say
You're not
Okay,
going to
listen,
stop us from fist fighting.
Listen.
What you're doing now is making us have to get mad at each
No,
other.
what you're going to end up doing is you're going to start claiming favoritism. In that, if somebody does intentionally take somebody out, or we think that looks intentional, you're going to be the first person to come through the pits wide open and be like, he did it on purpose. He did it on purpose. You're going to be the first person to come screaming at me that that's what happened.
In the heat of the moment, yes, we will.
Yes, okay. Then why?
Because that's what you do and let them get away. This is why.
Let you come scream and cuss at me. And
No,
then be like,
you're
I don't know
wrong.
why
You're
he doesn't
wrong.
want to do this.
I didn't cuss at you.
I don't know why. No,
I didn't cuss at you.
Y'all
cuss.
The
I
internet's
don't cuss.
pretty hot with you
Hang on.
calling me everything but white.
What do you mean?
China, what'd you say? Made in China? You called me Bruce Lee a couple
No,
times.
I called you Bruce because you acted like you want to fight. Not
When
because
did I act like I
don't even
wanted
know
to
what your
fight you?
nationality
All right.
is.
All
I
right.
don't have a clue.
When did I act like I wanted to fight you?
Hang on. All right,
I
Brad.
don't have a clue what your
Would
nationality
you
is.
please talk? What do you think?
I said because you stood up and wanted to fight me that night. You're the one that. Here's rules. We can't touch officials, right? By God, you grabbed a hold of me and I gave you all.
Go ahead. What did I do?
You didn't touch me first?
What did I do?
Did you touch me?
What did I do, Ronny?
Did you touch me? Ask the question.
What did I know? What
But
did
I like I told Clayton, I'm perfectly fine.
You
'Cause
told
I'm a
Clayton
big boy and I got
you
thick
told
skin.
Clayton I shoved you in the chest and almost knocked you down the bleachers.
No, Clayton,
you did.
I did not tell you.
You told-
You're not going
you
to
told
knock me
Clayton
down the
that?
bleachers if you try with
You
a
told
truck.
Clayton and my dad that.
No, sir.
Yes.
I said you pushed my chest, yes, and you grabbed me, yes.
I
But
pushed
my
your chest.
point is,
I never touched your chest, Ronny.
did you touch me?
I patted you on the back.
Did you touch me?
I patted you on the back.
I am my question. This ain't no political stuff.
No,
Answer
you
me.
told-
Did you pat?
Ronny.
Did you pat me on the back?
Did you
Okay,
claim-
well then you touched me on the back. But if
You
I'd have
claimed
touched
I
you on the back,
assaulted you.
if you'd have
If
touched,
you'd have patted me on the back, that'd been fine, sure. You did touch me. You grabbed my arm a couple times.
I never touched you. I know better than that. Even though you don't
This
think
is what you did.
No,
That's
sir.
what you
I
did.
never touched you. If we're buddies in the pits and I might do something then,
Ronny.
but under that situation, you dead wrong.
Ronny, you claimed I
It-
assaulted you. You threatened that you were
I
going to
did
press
not.
charges against me.
I told Clayton, I said I could turn around and make this ugly if I wanted to do
you
so.
said you were
And
gonna
I
press
said, no, I
charges
did
'cause I
not.
assaulted you.
If I was going to
knocked you
do
down
that,
the
I would have done.
bleachers.
Assaulted me?
That's what you said.
This is what everybody's been waiting for because everybody wanted me to leave you laying right there. But I told them, you're smarter than that. You know I'm not fixing to hit you standing there.
I have
Because you,
2 new legal 305s.
what?
I said I'd have 2 new legal 305s. If you
Jeremy,
did, but
I'm
either.
going to tell you the senses of it, man.
Go ahead.
When you sit here, because I don't think people are honest with you, just like you just did.
Go ahead.
I am who I am,
Mhm.
and I do wear my emotions on my sleeve.
Mhm.
But I'll also kiss you in the forehead in 2 seconds. I saw that face.
Mhm.
Because I don't hate you, and I don't dislike you,
Mhm.
and I can change the way I am as a person. But I'm not a smart AZZ. I'm not a smart aleck or a little punk. Almost every single time that we see or a comment comes back to me, this is coming from everybody. There is a problem, and every one of them say it's you. And I'm not doing it to be ugly. I want you to know that so that you will understand that you are what people are looking at the problem.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you.
No, and I know that you stink because that would hurt me too. Trust me. And you're human if that just bothered you.
Right.
That's why I said about a minute ago is opening up and asking people, what do we need to do? What is it that I don't like? Because there is a reason why I see you in a pit screaming constantly. And I know I'm right with you. So,
Man,
I have
it's been
seen
a
you
long
down in
time.
the pit.
You're the last person that screamed at, and I haven't screamed
I'll
at
tell you
any
what,
single
Tucker
person.
Bolton's dad is the most laid back dude I have ever seen in my life.
I don't want to get into that.
Okay, I'm
But
not.
Tucker Bolton's
This is before.
dad.
This is
Yeah,
before.
I don't want to get
not
into
this
that.
last one. That y'all
Not this
just
last
talked
one.
about.
Not this last
Before.
one. That one. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to get into that.
Okay, but what I'm just saying is it took a lot for him to get. I don't. I don't even want to get into it
Yeah.
because I don't know the whole story.
Skip that.
But I just know that I turn around, you and Marshall are screaming at each other.
Right.
But
That it's called. That there's a lot there. There's a lot going on there.
But there's always a lot going on there. Why are we always defend? I got a text right here. Ask him why we are always defending the officials' rules at Riverside. That's exactly what I got
does that
text a minute
mean?
ago. Nick McClaney asked me, why do we have to defend the rules? That's the whole thing about me saying that they keep constantly changing. That's what made me mad last year. It wasn't that y'all DQ'd me. I didn't care. But the whole scenario of that is the rules kept changing. That's why everybody is upset. And in this situation, I kind of get what you're saying is we eliminated that because now if there is contact, then you do it. So I'm gonna ask you a question. It's the same thing as right rear is okay now. That's what I just got. So here's the deal. I got put in the hospital at North Alabama. And I didn't need Pete to go to Tim Crawley and do this. It was the last lap, and I was winning the heat race. The question came about, because this is judgmental the same way. Pete went over to pick, after I got shoved off the track and hit a brick wall and sent to the hospital. Pete asked Tim, "Did you touch him?" What'd Tim say? "No, I didn't touch him. Tim didn't touch me. I just had to drive all the way off the track to keep from getting hammered." So is that the same deal? So you're in a judgmental situation that y'all keep putting yourself in. Get rid of the judging and not. You can't say I'm not going to judge. There's no judgmental rules here, and then turn around and tell me you're going to the rear. But you did that because you're saying you're taking it out because I made contact in the rear of a bumper.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's harsh, because then when you say, why should Corey be the one to suffer when maybe Corey broke and I'm the one to suffer over your cause, over that rule? Because I did. And if this Corey was, he already said it. He was wounded, hurt, just trying to hang on.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what his post said. I ain't even talked to Corey until today. Mm-hmm. So yes, what we're pointing is you're going to ask, what do? Leave the rule the same? What's the poll saying?
Right now, the poll says 36% penalized, and 64% let the driver say.
Ooh, let's go with the Democrat way of that and cut the internet off so you can't say nothing on that side.
Well, I mean, a
I
poll
told
is
you
just like
that
any other
before I
poll.
said
A
it.
poll is just
I
like
know.
any other poll in the world. I mean, it's like, what audience do we have right now? Do we have a heavy Ronnie Howard audience in here? Do we have a less Jeremy Ray audience in here? Like, it'll skew the poll numbers.
Well, and that ain't to his
So,
favor. It's not going to
you
be
know,
to the judge's favor. I mean,
Just
I get
kind of
that.
like you said, everybody tells me this. Well, not everybody. Not
I agree,
everybody,
but the
tells
majority.
that, because not everybody.
And like I said, I don't even like listening to some of their deal. Like John said, he was asked. That is his motors. He was in the infield, and then just said again, I never touched Cody's car. And maybe you saw him, maybe you didn't, but there's a judgment, and I get. So what was he doing in the infield? I get all that, but it's still judgmental that y'all keep coming up with stuff. And until that track is ran where it needs to be, and it proved this weekend, as bad as it is ran in most people's eyes, you still packed it by doing one simple thing for the fans. And what did I do? The first thing I did on straightaway.
Mm-hmm.
When I was asked to interview, the first thing I want to do every time is thank these fans for what they're doing sitting in these bleachers that far. And then I went straight to the track. Jeremy, I know you ain't making no money enough to do what you're doing right now. That's what I said. If Clayton would pay me 20 grand, 15 to run the track a whole year, I probably wouldn't do it. Ain't enough. But I might. And then if I failed at it, I would just fail and take a butt chewing like everybody else. But there's just certain things, that judgmental things, that I think maybe you got too much on you in watching that, because I just keep thinking y'all make calls that is costing this track constantly. And it cost me this time. I'm not saying I'm not going to come over and watch. I'm just done with 305s the track and most 360s. This weekend, next weekend, Clayton's all mad about Pete putting over a show on top of him. Ain't going to cost him one car. Dale. That's about it. Until now, because most likely I'm going. And then most likely Chase will end up going because they don't want to come either. Hamptons don't want to come to Riverside. And let's just be honest. We need to figure out why. Ask these people, why do you not come to Riverside? Why? And almost 90% of them come back, besides food, the 90% of them come over and say, because the rule, I hear favoritism, and I don't like it. This was the first time that I've ever felt blatantly used the word favoritism to me. And I don't have a choice to.
Zero.
Okay, and I'm assuming I can only take your word if I take your word on that. But I do know you run on track, tell me to leave. Yeah, you don't like me, so I don't have a choice.
It's not about that, Ronnie. Just like I said, you don't understand. I know you only see your races.
No.
You only see your thing.
No, I don't.
But the second you're on that track, the second you walk out on that track, I got 900 people saying, why does he get to go out there? Why did he not get sent to the rear for hitting him in the bumper? We've all been sent to the rear.
No,
and then you want to sit here
I get
and
that. That's because that's what you're saying the rule is. What we're coming to an agreement now is
we should just change the rules.
Oh no, go get 60-something% of the people. That's smart. That's why the track's failing. Because you're not listening.
Fine, we won't. We'll do it this weekend.
What's
Everybody take anybody out. It does not matter. Nobody's going to
Jeremy,
the rear.
you just got through saying right rears are fine. Jesus Christ,
I cannot determine who does it. Who should have lifted?
You can't.
Exactly.
Because it's
technically
judgmental.
you both are saying the same thing.
No, I'm saying you cannot determine who should.
Technically, you're both saying the same thing.
He's agreeing with me. Yes, I know.
You know, you're saying
Then you go to Brian.
you're saying that
Is that really
using
it?
the right
That's really
rear,
where you're going?
using the right rear is fine, and you're saying that yes, you agree. But what he's also saying is it's the same thing when you're hitting from the left rear back.
No, you can. You
Yes, it
can
is.
clearly determine who hit who from the rear.
Well,
Not
yes, but
intentional.
not
Yes.
not intentionally.
It's not about intent.
I know, but neither is that. I know what he's
Sliders are sliders. I cannot
Right.
determine who's throwing what, who should have lifted, who should have braked.
saying. Right.
But
And
I can determine you should not have hit that guy in the bumper. If he's not
So-
doing, if he
so
didn't
but
brake and he
hang
didn't
on,
spin,
Hold on, but that's what I'm saying
if he
about.
did not brake and he did not spin, you
but
can't.
that's what I'm saying about Howard. Howard didn't mean to hit me, and I knew he didn't.
Right.
Because I
Work
do
for
it too.
shelter
Like
insurance
it's just
company.
it's part of the game.
Part of it. I know.
It's part of it. So what I'm saying is, and I think
I'm telling you
a lot
right
of people
now.
in the chat.
All right, you can go with this chat and y'all can say, let them race, right? Only, when should we send them to the rear, Ronnie? When it's intentional? When it's blatantly intentional?
The word's blatant.
Blatant. Okay.
Had I run through Corey and
Okay.
took his tank off, his bumper, and everything,
What if you did that
That's
so
hard.
smooth?
Like,
What if you did that
watch
so? What if that was your payback? What if that was just your butter smooth payback? Well, no,
because
matter,
I already look. I told you I don't mince words. I already told you. I said it out
that's
loud.
great.
I'm not taking him.
You're
out
not
running
the only
for it.
driver we have.
I
Ronnie.
know,
That's the
and that
problem.
rule's applying to everybody. is what you're saying.
Everybody.
Except the ones you don't see.
Exactly. We can't see everything.
But you just happened to see that, but you didn't see the start of the race where Evan spun
No,
dude
I
out.
did not. Did not see it.
It's all the cars are
This is
together.
why- That's why we keep. Like I said, we keep going back. This is why I say that you guys are not in a. It's not a good position to be in because y'all have to sit here and watch this and determine this.
Why'd you go?
And so I think personally, again, me just hearing what both of you are saying, I'm saying you either go all in or you don't. If you touch anybody and they cause a caution for any reason, you both go to the rear. You're both going back, or you don't do anything, and that saves you a lot
That's a
of
good
trouble. And you don't.
That's a good
have
point.
To,
So
and
if
you
we
don't.
don't
And you
spin-
don't have to.
Some places
you know
do-
the rules.
Some people do that. I think if you spin the car out and they think it's intentional, because it ain't just an accident, but it's just say in your case, that's the way you got it ruled. So you touch it, so both cars goes to the rear, right? But see, he's worried about somebody coming up on the wrong end of this deal. Everybody's always going to come up on the wrong end of some kind of deal. That just happens. I mean, that's part of it. But there's no reason for you to involve yourself and now punish me that night. If Corey come back and said, "Oh, dude, that wasn't his fault, dude. My brakes locked up." We're just saying. So say he says that, and then you're coming back to me later and goes, "Ronnie, I'm sorry to all your sponsors and the 400 people sitting in the bleachers on your fan side, if I have that many, that we put you to the rear because I talked to Corey and he said his brakes locked up and you ended up hitting him." That's not for you to make that call. That's why I jumped on, and I'll say it live again. There is nobody I don't apologize to. And while I'm arguing, I will tell you in the middle of it, nothing personal. Because I sat and told that boy in the infield because I felt like y'all threw him under the bus. Because you were the only one I was described later that saw this, that didn't see it. Hold on. So when he said that, so I'm thinking, okay, well then there you go. I'm thrown under the bus. He's thrown. So I do want to say live, I apologize to him again because I chewed his butt out because that's not his decision. That's not his call, and it
is his
shouldn't
call. That is his call.
be. His call is not that if I deliberately took him out.
All right. So
That's not what he was asked.
So if I don't, I heard you say this. I heard you say this. So you think if I didn't see it, the call shouldn't be made?
Keep going.
No, not at all. I was my impression, understanding. I was told you did not see it.
Okay, but beside the fact of that,
Did you see it?
think Charlie shouldn't have made the call? Period.
All right.
You
all right,
have
hold
to.
on,
He
on.
had to make the call.
We're
Okay.
not. We keep
Going circles.
We keep
No.
going back
This
to
is
the
a whole
same
nother-
thing. We've
I've heard you
literally
say
been
this.
streaming for 118 minutes.
I've
and
heard
we've
you
been
say
talking
this.
about the same thing over and over and over.
Okay, you're right.
So-
no, we kind of put some other stuff in there, but and I do apologize for you taking. I wasn't making fun of you being China.
You did though.
No,
You
that
did.
ain't- I
You
said
did.
China. That's not really what I'm meaning.
You
I'm
did.
saying because you wanted to
You said
Bruce
China,
Lee
you
me
said
in the middle of the
yeah,
that's,
and they,
that's
yeah,
what
I
I
never did that either.
But everybody's always said
Never
it about.
did that.
I mean, even your friend.
Yeah.
They make fun of hell, whatever. But anyway, I apologize regardless of that. I'm a man. If you took it that way, I'm not disrespecting
I
you.
don't know
by
how
any
else
means.
I was supposed to take that.
I don't know. Same way. I'm glad you said that. Same way I'm supposed to take it. When you don't like somebody, tell them to get off the track. So go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna move on from this.
Hold on.
'cause-
I just want to say one thing.
All right.
After
Finally.
all the stuff you've said here, like, okay, I don't want you to do. Be jump on top of him. Hey,
Yes.
shut up. Let me
No,
say.
I'm trying to jump
No,
in.
let
but
me
when
just
I
say-
watch your podcast, most people only thing they see is the top of your hat. But I get your feedback, but you're getting him information. But really, truly, everybody he's so soft spoken. He doesn't say.
Yeah, so-
and I'm on the other level.
I just wanted to say is backing up to the Hurricane Man situation at Riverside. When you said Clayton said the Hurricane, we don't need you over here. We got this. He said, I had an emergency and I had to go home. I was supposed to run it. So that is why
was it Alex?
Yes.
This is where I'm a man. That is not what you told me. And I will tell you right now, when you tell Ronnie Howard something, and there's between me telling the truth or not, by God, you told me. I know you felt bad because you explained that to me after your surgery, and I agree. But what Alex said to me was point blank. And you can tell because he's listening. You point blank told me you're going to go home. One, you don't feel good, but they told me there's no reason me for to come because it's completely their show. So, but he did say y'all did call him. That's why
Yeah,
I
he
said
said
it's funny.
also said ASCS rules over Riverside rules. He said I made the call on the muffler, and Clayton was the one that decided to send him to the back.
But it was too late.
Way too late. Way too late. Should have been left alone at that point. And I just thought it was petty too. I mean, we agreed. I do, but you put into a bad position like you were the night when Skinner finished the race and y'all ended up not going to pay him. That was a bad deal.
Didn't know.
Didn't know.
Didn't realize he didn't take the green.
Oh,
Didn't realize he had a flat on the warm-up lap, pulled off, changed it. We had a caution on the first lap. He pulled back out.
okay. Well,
Didn't realize
I
that's how
thought
that happened.
Skinner when he explained it to me, he said y'all let him run that whole race knowing y'all wasn't going to pay
No,
him.
we didn't. It wasn't until after the race that Scott Frazier texted us and told us that.
Huh.
He didn't take the green. I was like, oh, shit. I didn't realize that.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
I remember it.
And one thing
I was like, oh, I didn't know.
is I know you say you had the longest suspension in the history of Riverside, and
you had a good one, but they let you count Blue Rock races.
well,
we knew that
I mean,
was
hey,
coming,
that's
didn't
the
you?
way it was. But
That's the way it was.
just saying,
No favors.
it's like there's plenty of video of that night when you go up to the press box
Oh yeah.
and you brought a certain type of energy. That
Absolutely.
energy was reciprocated back to you.
And that's why I said I accepted.
Okay, so but at the same time, if you would have taken that same energy to a different press box, we always go to I-30 Speedway, you would have never been allowed back in that gate again.
But you know what?
And
I was kicked out of Farmington for that.
But you know what?
and
It's the same reason I didn't get in a fight in the pit but here's the deal. I don't have to do that at other tracks because the rules are stated and they follow.
but you
them.
also wouldn't do it because you know you couldn't do that.
I don't have
if
to.
You're mad, if you were
I
upset, you know you
love
could go up
Tracy
there and do
Clay.
that.
I love Tracy Clay. She makes it perfectly clear that you're not going to look at a video. You're not going to look at anything. It's not going to change your mind. The rules are made. They're in concrete. If it's a bad call, it's a bad call. Sorry. But she stays in the concrete on her rules, and it keeps you out of trouble. And I get that's what y'all are saying that y'all are doing now by putting that rule in there. That if you touch and they spin, but you got to understand that it hurts the other guy too. I mean, you can't just penalize. You're getting into our heads at the time. And I know just like you did when I got out and went to talk to the boy on the back straightaway, it took his dad coming out telling you what I said. Well, I was making a show out of that, brother. I'm not fixing to hit that kid. We've been helping the kid all day long. But then I got penalized. I'm just saying the rules keep changing. But go back so we can stay on this one because I can touch that one for years. But yes, I felt like I was given the longest suspension for entertaining. It was the most reactive the crowd had been all night long. And I do interact with the crowd better than any driver. True or false?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, but
Okay.
at that night, I will say
I
during
crossed the line.
that
I
whole
apologize.
during that whole incident, I will say as a driver on the racetrack, I kind of felt disrespected as well. I've never told you that, but I did
Because I held the race up.
you did, and I'd come from ninth to third, and we rode and we rode. And my tire cooled off, and that restart, I was dead. I dropped straight back to 8 because we rode around forever because you were up in the press box
I wouldn't
doing
have
that,
done
and I mean, you know, and I just
It ended up being that way, but I thought y'all were still under the yellow when I come, and y'all were. And then, because I wouldn't have done it, I'd come up there many times and sat down in front of the press box. I'm not going to intervene
and
with
it
them
just-
while they're scoring. So
and it
I
just-
get that because I was,
you know, and I so
I get it. And you know what I didn't do this weekend? Because of that exact same thing in the respect of the drivers around me, when y'all gave me and sent me to the rear, my night was done in 3 laps. I was done. I'd already made my way all the way back up front so that I can fight. My night was done. I did not stop that race. It entered my mind, and I did not do it because of the driver. So I get where you're coming from, because we hold respect for each other a bunch more than people think. True or false?
Yeah.
Even though we might butt heads, we all end up trying to. So that's why I'm saying, going back to this, let us figure this out. That's what's wrong with NASCAR. They can't even be themselves. Now you can't fight, you can't talk,
There
you
goes
can't.
Perky.
So now you have to let these people be who they are, and then y'all intervene when it's extreme. You let a guy dump his trash in the pits and come back and race. I don't know what disrespect means, because I'm big on the word disrespect. And it boils down to this. The rule, if you feel like that's okay, then it boils down to the fact that you just lost me, and I am one of the biggest, and I will say it now. And you read my post, I'm sure. I do have one of the biggest fan bases around here. You know why? Because I've been so dedicated to making sure that I'm at the track every week for my sponsor, the fans, and I'm responsible trying to make as many cars as I can get there. I am that guy. And I'm also an underdog. That's why y'all are pulling for, and I get it. I'll always be a favorite eventually, because I'm never going to be the guy that wins every race. They trip out. I'm terrible. I hear it all the time. But that has nothing to do with being punished because of a situation that you have no control. Let us work it out in the end, is what I'm saying. If you have a problem after you eliminate the rule, then you attack it a different way.
Do you want Riverside to end up like I-30?
Well, absolutely. Right now, you read my post?
No.
Okay, I will be dead honest. Nobody has begged people to come over at that track in the past year more than me. And I can tell you the only way that 8X is sitting
Hang
at
on,
that
hang
track.
on. Do you want it to end up like I-30?
I did not. That's why I said right now, don't want to end up like 30. I just ain't got to be involved with it anymore. And if that's the case, that's just the way it
Okay,
is.
but you love it. You said you love it. Well, again, I was talking about this earlier, but do you want to make it better? Do you
I've been
yourself?
trying for years.
No. I'm not talking about as a driver and doing. I'm talking about specifically. Would you?
Clayton Allen give me the reins of that track, and you work for me, you daggone right I can make that track better. There's not a doubt in my mind. Now, I have to get with the logistics part of the money, yes.
I'm saying that's what I think a lot of people don't
Understand. I do, though.
Like,
I
it's
do.
easy to sit here and say, I can make this thing work, but I'm
I
not
can
also
do
putting money
things
for it.
that are not being done that
Hang
are
on.
costing.
Have you ever done that before? Have you ever run a show before?
I've done
yourself?
worse. Have you ever been in charge of?
Have you ever done it though? Have you ever done it before?
Basically,
You've run a show.
Racing, no, it's no difference from running a sorority when you're in charge of 15 different teams in a girls' sorority. You have to be able to make calls on the go. You have to be able to make the right decisions. When I said that about before walking in, I have asked everybody, Brandon, that I talked to, why ain't you coming over there? Well, look, man, he done this, he done that. Why? I don't want to stand in line getting in the pits. I don't want to, and I'm like, that's the reason I said what I did a minute ago. Yes, there are certain aspects of that track that I am no doubt in my mind I can make better. Now, I will go back to what I told Jeremy a minute ago. I think you answered it. You can't run everything. You can't watch the cars like we were talking about. That's what your job is, because everybody wants to know what you're talking. What's Anthony's? Because I got in trouble, and I'll say this: I'm not shooting him as a flagman. I just think that Anthony is the prodigy of that racetrack right now. He is true blood at Riverside. So I miss him in the box. I mean, the flag stand, because that's what he likes to do. But I can tell you, it feels like you got booted out because of a click, and that's just. And I know you're shaking your head. I can either not say it or say it. I'm not making it up. I'm just repeating it. So I'm the messenger, I guess, like people
You're
say.
repeating what somebody else has said.
Yeah, and it ain't just one; it's several. And then that's why I said I don't mind speaking the truth, and maybe I might.
He's
be
in our
misled.
clique.
Yeah,
That matters. He's in the group chat.
All right.
I didn't get invited to
So-
you, or
So
did
I mean, the whole flagman thing, they're all friends. I don't.
Oh, I
There's
know.
no,
And
there's
y'all
no,
are good friends.
there's no mean guy club that teamed up against Anthony to kick him out of the flag
They
stand.
said I was coming to get ambushed when I come to this.
Well, you're gonna walk out the door. So.
Well, he took me for a ride this weekend, so I don't think I'm getting and knows I might have pulled in a ride
No.
too, right?
No.
Okay.
All right. I think we've talked about that enough. I'll bring up one more topic, and I don't want to go 2 hours on it. You have a problem with the motors. What's the problem with the motors? What are everybody's harping on Keith?
Everybody, look, I will tell you right now, with Corey, and I thought I did that with the most respectable way I could. And I'll tell you, Keith, I did it last year. I handed money for the top fives to get protested with MSCA. And he looked at me, and I had the money in my hand, and he said, I don't know if you can do that. I said, it needs to be done. I'm protesting the top 5 cars, even if I'm in the top 5. It's gone. I just got through texting. That's why the Benton is texting. If you don't police this, it will eventually kill it. Agree or not?
Yeah.
Okay, well, right now, I'm going to be deemed illegal if I come running and I get protested. You know why? I'm not leaving my motor sitting over there. Would you? In my car in a shed waiting on it until the next question was asked, who's the tech man? This is me coming to you through the radio. And you handled it with respect when you took my money. I'm fine. And I went to court.
We didn't take, oh, well, yeah, we took your.
Yeah, you took the money. I already paid you.
Yeah.
No, I was afraid I couldn't get down there. So my problem is, yes, it is hurting the class. That ain't the only thing. And there's not just one thing hurting Riverside. There's a lot. And Clayton's got a finger on a lot of it. Sure he does, but there's a lot he doesn't. But yes, the teching of the cars, Brandon, is huge. I don't nobody care about nothing. You can go over right now, throw all the rules out but one. Your head has to be checked. I don't care what you're running in the bottom and in that. I don't care. I was illegal last year and didn't even know it. I had a 4.7 swap cam in my 305, and I didn't even know that was a rule because it's not a benefit. But I didn't know, and I doubt anybody would ever catch it. Make the rules simple. Come over this weekend. I will find a sponsor outside of my own money because I'm the poorest race car driver over there, and I'm putting up $1,000 to prove a point. I went after Keith. They got mad at me because I do not mince. I'm not the one behind you telling you that you're illegal. When you keep hearing them fighting on the internet, if I think you're illegal, you're going to know it because I'm going to tell you. Or it is a huge compliment, like I told Keith and them. If y'all are legal, that's fine. Keith and them, I just got them pistons, so I know the pistons are right. But what needs to be done is one head taken off that motor. Get you a sponsor that sponsors it, and if they take it off, the track needs to start tearing down because everybody else gets mad if you tear them down. But we're not tearing down now because we literally don't have a tech guy. There's nobody to tech. It's a problem. Although it's kind of weird because we're like that in the 360 class, just nobody says anything.
Tech is a thankless job.
It is. Because it's hard.
We've had tech in the past. People get tech, and then everybody
You know
gets
what?
mad.
I'm behind you. I am behind Tommy Ray 100%. We get along great. Me and you ain't got to. I still respect me and Tommy get along great. But he was done wrong when he was put in that position. Because when you put somebody in that position, you need to give it to their. It's going to be somebody like me with a backbone. Me. I'm sorry, it is. Because it's going to be somebody that looks at a driver and says, one of y'all get out of line because it shouldn't get ugly. If you come and tech me, I am not going to get mad. I have offered my motor up already 2 or 3 times. I said, you know what? Check it. Act like you pulled my name out so that we can check it. Do something to check the motors. But yes, it is. Benton, they're fixing to go through the same thing. And I know they're letting 410s run with the 305s. They're doing little when you have to at the very beginning. But right after, if you want the class to grow, then let it grow. But you got to check. Yes, the motors is a huge issue. Do I think Keith is cheating? That's what your question was, basically. Everybody does. And I did last year. I'm not 100% sure, but Jesus Christ, he's got some motor. He's got motor. And here's the only reason I would text somebody. I text Corey because my car is one of the best cars that come across the dyno at AG's. Corey yanked me 8 cars on the straightaway with me never burping and in the throttle and him messing up. So yes, I ain't no race saver because if you know anything about a motor, you know race savers do not put the same horsepower out as our 305s. I don't care how you look at it. Jay Adams can give me all this special diamond floating stuff. It ain't gonna matter. You cannot outdo heads. So the heads need to be pulled off every car. So here's what Tommy, this is what Clayton told me. And I don't believe, and I'm sorry, Clayton, I don't believe you. Because you told me I could thank my cousin and David McCarver. That the reason it is like it is, and it was $2,200 teardown last year. Jesus.
It is this year for
1,000
sprint. No, it's 22 still for sprint cars.
Not for 305.
Yeah.
22?
Yeah, after that night, we're like,
I only gave you $1,000.
I know. After that night, we're like,
you
oh,
better look.
shit.
You better look, because I think it went to 1,000.
I think it's all the other classes are 1,000. Maybe in the general.
Or maybe Clayton said,
Either way.
okay, Brandon, he just answered that one for me. Is there a problem with putting a $2,200 tear down on a 305?
How would you feel about doing randoms?
Freaking go for it.
What if you had?
man.
What if you had a location out at the racetrack? What if you had a location everybody migrated to, and everybody?
Where's this magical.
I don't know.
This
I'm
magical
just. I'm
place
throwing
that
out some
everybody
idea.
agrees
You can do
I
it.
can leave my car there. I trust everyone.
You can
No,
do
no, no.
it at
There's
the,
nobody.
But you can't. Yeah,
I'm
you
not-
can
I'm
do
Do
it
it
not-
at the track. You
I'm talking-
do it
You
at the
can
track.
check it there.
Mhm.
If you're predetermined, we can bring the stuff to check the cars. I won't
So-
run that night. If
Have-
that's the case, or well, I can do
So-
that. They'll think I got you ran my big motor anyway.
So either way, the problem is the only place we can go is to the building out in front of the racetrack,
and that's fine.
Billy's, and that's the only thing we can do for
You
you.
know what people are going to say?
What?
Most of them are going to load up when you really want to take their heads off. I can tell you that right now. If the
That's
Brzezinski
fine.
did their heads, most of them are going to want to load up and go home.
And that's fine. I don't.
But here's the
Fine.
issue.
You
Bye.
cheated.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of now. Because if you wanted to really post, I'm not leaving mine, and y'all could say I'm scared to tear it down, but I'm ready to tear it down. I always hear this saying about it's dirty in here and it's all that. I will take my motor apart, roll it in the dirt for you, the cam, crank, whatever you want. I'll either clean it up, put it back together. But the night we do just the heads, that's all that really matters. You can do everything you want if you understand a motor. You're not getting anything without the head. You got deemed illegal. It was the head.
Yeah.
Wasn't the bottom end. And not necessarily.
They disqualify.
Oh my.
They got disqualified, but it did take sending the head off. There is enough people. The issue is who, and you said it, who in the world would want to put their in a position to be there, because that is exactly what Tommy did, and he got freaking hammered for it. And he shouldn't have. He should have had the say of every single thing at that point. So that goes. But we need to check the heads, one head off. I can take a motor, pull the head off of it. If you don't believe me, just ask. We can check it, put it back on, and I will crank that motor and race it that same night. Just like that.
But here's the thing: we were talking about they're short-staffed. Who's gonna do it?
That's a tech.
It's not.
Who's gonna?
Could
do
you
it?
have
That's a
more
tech
than
problem.
one?
So the problem is, we've been through this trying to figure out who can do it. I've asked so many people. I went to David McCarver. I went to Con. I said, David, please come do it. He said no.
No, he's smart.
He wanted no part of
I
it.
know it's not.
At the time, I couldn't understand it. Now I
He's
get it.
smart because nobody wants to do it.
I realize it's
Because
not.
they don't get the backing, Brad.
Well,
I realize it's
No, he'll have the backing. I
And
told
it
him. I
turns-
told him.
it
I said,
turns
I don't
ugly,
care
it shouldn't.
if you tell me their motor's orange and it's supposed to be black. They're disqualified. They're disqualified because I don't know more than David McCarver.
That's right.
So I'm not about to try to come over the
And
top.
I don't either. And I sure don't know more than John Howard.
Right.
But the issue comes in where like you get guys that want to tech, they got motors there.
Mhm.
So I think you're stuck.
You need it
Two
would need to
guys.
be a third party. Is what it needs to be.
But you
There's a
can't.
magical
you
person.
can't do that.
You find them.
It's
Yeah.
and that, I'm agreeing
Get
with you.
to it.
It's hard to find that because nobody's going to put themselves in that position. So I personally think it needs to be two at all times. You can tech somebody's motor in front of somebody else because here's what's simple.
So hang
You-
on. So
you
in the
can have a
so in
flask.
the meantime, why even bother? In the
Yeah.
meantime, why even bother?
That's what's happening because the other
So
owners that are legal that feel like they're coming over there and just getting outran because they got more power. I mean, Keith looks like, but like you asked me a question. I didn't protest it. Somebody's getting in the corner
Somebody
harder
said
than
to me
me.
today. Somebody said to me today. So, well, why is a 305 running faster than a 360?
They're definitely loud.
If the track is really slick, and I will vouch for this, I ran a 305 against the 360s at Malden, and I was faster because I couldn't spin the tire.
I ran my famous kid in a 410 with a 305 with a 9-wing. I get what you're saying, and you are correct. A good
More
driver.
horsepower is not the answer.
It's not the
That's
answer.
what I'm saying.
Sometimes.
So it would hurt I watched Keith tonight on Facebook 30, and he absolutely murdered him.
You tell me when he was in his 305 over there?
Yeah.
Okay, but I've never seen a 305 lift the front wheels up and drag the bumper before.
What do you mean? I've done that.
In a 305?
Yes,
Not
I've
yet.
done that.
Did you
Only
hit
thing-
somebody in
only
front
thing
of you because you're going to the
One thing
rear?
I speak on Keith about is like I can't speak on the drag and the bumper. I didn't see none of that, but I will say the way the track has been, like Keith has had his car freer than anybody else's. And he's able to
Absolutely.
rip through the holes better than anybody. If you can get through the holes, you're going to look way faster.
If you can
than
get
anybody.
in,
He
you can
is-
get out.
He is
So-
by far the most aggressive.
Getting
one.
in.
So
And he
That's why I was going to make that point. You got to be careful when you're sitting there trying to tell somebody they're illegal. You got to judge that by your ear. You got to judge that by what you're watching or on the track. And it takes some experience to be able to do that. Keith, I'm laughing at him because I got pictures of it. That dude's right rear is out like we used to run at Riverside before y'all were born. It's out at 22 inches. He's got this much on his nut. I'm like, he knows what you got to go. But you cannot say on the track as a driver, that guy's got an illegal motor because he outran you if he's getting in that car harder and than the corner. And right now, Keith is getting in the corner like Cody Gardner used to.
Yeah, he's running hard.
He is. And there's not a lot of drivers in the class right now. I get that. But he is, and that might make Keith even look more illegal. But I do say at times, and I'm honest, they can get mad at me or not, I'll say it right now. That's the reason I went after the race saver. I ain't seen no card on Jim Kenny. I just don't think the motor's legal. And I'm not being ugly to Corey. I sit and told him before I told, and I did Keith and him the same way. They got mad at me for being honest. I'm not the guy behind your back telling you that he's illegal and then come to you, man, that's pretty good. I'm not the guy standing there in the infield wanting me to come. I was told by Keith, go get him. Keith wanted me to get, I got called by your dad. Did you know that? Yeah, your dad called me because he wanted I was being put up to protesting. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm broke. And my wife would rather go to Florida or have a pool than me spend $2,200 on a teardown. But that's the only reason why you got a $2,200 teardown is so that you don't catch them, right?
No.
So
what it's for is that you're not the first person to try to tear somebody down. We've gone through this where people just want to tear people down just to tear people down. So if we put up
I get mad at it.
No, but if we put up $500, it's easy to say, I'm not tearing my motor down for $500. It's easy to say, I'm not tearing my motor down for $1,000. When you put up $2,000, you mean it. And if he says no, well, then we all know you're cheating because you just turned down $2,000. Where if it was legal, you'd take that $2,000.
It's more than
because it's going to take more than it should.
I'll tell you what
for the normal person.
And this is me. I'll take 50.
To tear yours down.
You dadgum right, I will. If it makes that class better, these cowards that ain't taking their
I'll
motor.
take 50 right
I
now
think
too.
some of
right?
it was is I think what he's trying to say.
Well, how much is it going to cost you? Because that's what Clayton said. That's where he was wrong.
One of the things he was trying to say.
You're talking. I didn't even know you were here.
One of the things he was trying to say about the cheaper protest bill. It's not just saying like you won't do it, but there was a guy. I'm gonna tear him down. It's $500. I'm tearing him down. All right, so we tear him down. Puts it back together. Next week, I'm tearing him down again. And so it was so cheap. He was just doing it every week. Every weekend.
Or the buying motor deal.
But at $2,000, if you say no, we all know you cheated. It's obvious. Who's going to turn that down? You can't.
Who's going to put it up? There's not but 3 people that really got to go nanswer the money to put that up, and I'm not even one of them. But I didn't know it was 22. I only gave you 1,000.
Yeah,
Hang on. So if they're illegal, do they get the money back?
Yes, absolutely.
You don't get all of it back.
Minus 200.
I ain't putting my money up and somebody illegal not getting every penny of it back. By God, they should have to pay that. That's crazy. If the man's illegal, I'm getting my $2,000 back. That's how screwed up this whole
You get your $2,000. We keep him 200. The track keeps 200.
I know it, but I'm losing $200.
Look at all
what fair would that be?
Look how right you get to walk around and feel though.
That ain't, Jeremy, you know daggum well that is not the way. It's all designed, seriously, because to be honest with you,
if it's that big a deal, does $200 really bother you?
No, obviously don't, because I gave 1,000. I told them they're just going to have an extra $1,000. The only reason I didn't go through with my teardown is because I proved the point there's no teardown over there. There's nowhere to check it. That's why I said take it out. If you got a rule over there, you can't take it out. Let's just open it up. It's going to happen anyway. You mark my words right now. The history repeats itself. Something's got to happen with the class. Something's got to get more cars. I think there's 4 or 5 cars over there every weekend, basically. Got lucky this weekend.
All right. We need to start wrapping up. I'll give my thoughts.
We losing numbers,
but no,
because we can jump over this table. We're all right on numbers. But you know why we're good on numbers is because people want this. What you just brought up, probably more than me and him fist fighting, because he ain't got a chance. So it ain't fair.
I'll give my thoughts. You give your darn thoughts, please. So I'm not buying the motor thing. I'm just not. I don't buy it. I don't think that Keith is illegal. I'm not buying it
until somebody can get in the corner.
Until somebody actually proves it, I'm not buying it. I've seen it too many times, and I just don't think more power is going to make him that much faster.
Why don't they just do it on their own then?
He's way more aggressive than anybody. And his car, when I watched him on Facebook 30, that sucker looked so stuck, even through the slick. He looked good. He had it loaded. And he just looks smoother.
Well, between him
than
and
anybody
Ernie,
else.
there's some history there. You're right.
I'm just saying, I'm not buying the engine yet. Does anybody take tire samples? Probably not. I'm going to assume not. Has that ever been brought up? Probably not. I'm going to say he would be more than likely to be doing something like that than engine, because that would help him more, in my opinion.
Except for you're talking about a
But that's my
305.
opinion. You
just love
now
it.
what?
Lug it. It's one of the little wings are better.
As far as the three, I disagree with that. Because I've done both, and the little wing was way slower than the big wing.
Yuck.
But yeah, but I mean, the 305 as far as the tire testing, I don't think that really matters
It
most of the time
don't.
at Riverside, because it's always hammered down. So
Used to be open.
Not-
prep them, I don't think it matters.
A lot of times it
That
gets
matters.
slick and we're up there by the wall. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
but to me, we're just adding another
Yeah.
rule. We got
Not
enough
all
of
the
them.
time. That's very few and far between when they get up.
No, I'm saying make it a random, just like you want to pull somebody's head, make it random. Go out there, we've all got the
You know,
tool.
we did.
Go out
I
there and
don't.
take
I don't
some.
think Jeremy was in. I don't think you took 2.0 Tommy's position at that point in time. But we did randomly check springs before the race, because there's a big deal about 130 seat up pressure that it that is it doing after the race or before, and everybody would be trying to cut that corner stuff. So we did do it before,
Yeah,
but I did watch some stuff that wasn't right. Everybody got Kenny Conrad. I will give him iota of all the credit in the world, because Kenny threw a fit. You know why? Because they should have been deemed illegal, because the springs checked too big, and Kenny threw a fit for his own self to be in trouble, because what he was doing was is showing the fact that when he goes over to the next car and they're 20 more pounds than he is, then you got to have a number at some point to cut off to be illegal. So they were checking, but it's just to scare you. By God, if Keith is good as he says he is, I'll challenge him right now. Let somebody pick the night so he can't judge it if he's got two motors, and we come over and pull the head off. I would do it. You let me win, and it's going to be a miracle anyway, supposedly. So, yeah, everybody's going to want to look at mine. I'll pull mine off in a heartbeat. I mean, I think the drivers at this point, to get this class better, Keith won't be in the 305, because the class does its job anyway. It was invented to make the 360s better. But Keith ain't going to be in the car because there's not enough to keep over there right now. Clayton's getting disgusted with it, and I get it. We need more cars. How do we do it? How about asking people? Ask the drivers. But that's not happening. Ain't nobody calling us and asking us what needs to be done. You know why? Because they're going to tell you. We want the motors tagged, because most of them are legal. I can tell you right now, and I'm not going to disclose how I know. I can tell you there are 4 or 5 motors I put my hands on that have won a championship over there that ain't nowhere near legal. Why? They should have been caught. So make the rules simple. Who cares how light the crankshaft is?
Well,
just check the head.
What's the proof? What proof do you have to know that it's not legal?
You say put
You
his
say
hands
it's
on him.
you say it's
I've
illegal.
seen
Put
so
his hands
what-
on him.
I've seen them.
You've seen it.
Absolutely. You don't. How many 305s do you think I built for other people too?
So you built them illegal?
So you
No.
built-
They come- what I'm saying, I thought you was asking my knowledge of knowing
No,
if
no,
they're
no.
legal.
I'm saying what
Whoa.
proof?
My own eyes.
Your own eyes.
Absolutely.
When you say you laid hands on them, what happened? So where did you get your hands on them?
90% of it is the heads.
No, I'm saying no.
Okay.
I'm saying what you said. What you put your
ain't
hands on.
you're not going to get into whose motor it was. You don't want to know.
No, I don't care. I'm
We
just
don't
saying,
care who-
You're saying you got your hands on. Was something wrong with them, and you went and worked on them? Like, what do
Why
you
were
mean
you
No,
got
they're
your
coming in
hands
to be rebuilt to make, or either at John's to make them legal. There will not be a legal motor that leaves John Howard that he builds. And you can get, I can guarantee you
So they
that.
were brought to John Howard's because
Illegal.
They were illegal, and they want to be made.
Illegal. And then he made them legal.
That's why I was wondering.
Dome pistons. I mean, when I say common sense, let me ask you this. Not Tony. When you see a spark plug with a mark on it, you know what that means, right? Like a pin mark.
I'm not a tech man. I'm not a tech man.
Okay. Do you know what it
Don't even
means?
get me trying to act like I know
You
that.
index your plugs, right?
Right.
You know why you index those plugs? You want me to tell you?
I
I
want you
get
to
it
tell
because I don't want to make you up. You're indexing your plugs so that it doesn't hit because of where the dome is on the piston. Why would you index plugs on a 305? That don't take a rocket science to figure out. The problem is we ain't got people that know anything about race cars anymore. You got a miss, they put it in a box and send it back to have it fixed instead of trying to work on it. It's the same thing with not teching at the track. I feel more than comfortable that John Howard and Nathan could come over there and check and together and let's have it
Okay, so here,
offered. Everybody
Right,
come
But
one
it
night.
always goes back to everybody says, well, he builds engines. He should
Yeah.
be taking. He races.
But
he should be taking.
like he and I said, that's gonna be a magical guy that pops out of nowhere
out of nowhere.
because nobody cares. You have to love the sport.
Well, it's not that. It's that. Okay, so like John, if we wanted John Howard to be tech man, I'd have 6 people tomorrow be like, "That's fucking bullshit." Blah,
But
blah,
but
blah,
if you
blah.
but everybody,
he builds that motor.
yeah, but he don't tech his own motor. He can
see.
tech his own motor in front of
I know,
Who's gonna attack
I know
it?
this isn't. This,
You have to
I
have
guess
2
it is
people
kind of
race.
the
That's
same
what I'm
thing. But
saying.
I won a race in Tupelo, Mississippi, in a go kart years ago, and I remember I was running. Huh?
No, never mind.
Anyway, I won the race, and I remember Enoch was standing outside with Dad. Enoch built the engine,
Yeah, I know.
and told Dad, he said, "We're about to get thrown out of this, just so you know." And Dad was like, "Well, why? Why would he get thrown out?" And he said, "Because that's my sticker on the side of that motor."
And he feels like, okay.
And we got thrown out over something that happened at manufacture in the carburetor. And that's what you get into when you have somebody like John doing tech. So that's what he's saying. And
Yeah,
and
because automatically.
I realize that, it's
So what's your?
I've had
your
more.
idea?
I've had more people tell me who's not going to be tech man than anybody's giving me
Well, I can
suggestions
tell you
for
right
a tech
now.
man.
$2,200.
Yeah,
The man that would do it faster than anybody quit racing.
yep.
And we hated to see him go because he was good for the sport, period. I loved the men over there, period. Good, great guy. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mr. McCord.
Mr. McCord.
Oh, okay. All right.
He put the money up. I believe Dale Howard put the money up, but he just ain't even over there running.
Yeah.
Dale don't like getting that run, and even if he's legal or not, they're going to try to figure out why he getting that run. I put the money up. And I'm literally one of the most budgeted race car drivers over there, especially after my kids started. The only reason I have what I have is because I know how to do it myself. Or I couldn't help as y'all or as many people, and I get a kick out of that. But we got to figure out a way to do this because of right now, John Howard, as much as I listen to him talk, he does not agree with me on 90% of my stuff. He's hard on me. Right now, he thinks the class is done. Is it done? I've heard rumors that said Clayton said he's doing away with it.
I don't know. At the moment, I don't know.
I mean, you can't. We're not going to keep fans with 5 cars.
Right.
You know why? Because even that guy that knows he ain't going to win likes racing with cars. I don't want to go to a track there's no fans, and I don't want to go to a track that there's no cars. So yeah, this is bothering me to the point to where when I get stuff like this happen, like I'm going to take a penalty for something. Yeah, it burns a little bit more because I am the one that tries to push him or want to track. So when you see this in the motor situation in these cars, why is nobody asking the question, Jerry? And I know you're busy too. I know. And Clayton is the only person I know that's probably got more on his mind and working like I do constantly. But something's got to be done or there ain't going to be a 305 class. We're going to bring back 360s like some of the drivers are wanting to do. The problem is he killed them. He killed the 360s here. The only reason there's 360 races with enough cars is because they're specials. And when I say special, it's because there's somebody that we don't have local running.
Why do you say he killed the 360s?
And Clayton,
Yeah.
I'll tell you our conversation. Clayton's smart man on this he goes, because he changed the rule about having able, because you remember originally you couldn't drive a 360 and 305 at the same time, right? That helped. And then his thought process was, his exact words to me, I need my Ronny Howard. I need my Eddie Gallagher. You got to have the names because that's your local and grassroots racing. If you kept that the same, you wouldn't have it. Where did 360s go? Who got rid of the schedule on the 360s? And now, don't get me wrong, it definitely hurt too. And it'd been hard because once Little Rock closed, you lose those 4, 5, 6 cars that might pop up every once or mostly does. They're not, y'all know as well as I know, when you get away from the track, it's easy to find something to do and then you might not go back. It's harder to get somebody than it is to keep them. So I think the cuts got killed with that point because Clayton wanted, in the very beginning, you probably don't remember this, but everybody put out that Clayton just wanted to replace the 360s. And as a number cruncher, I get it. I'll be the first to tell you, and I've already told Clayton, there's no way on earth I'm paying the guy more money up front. I just told Benton the same thing. Why? You got 24 cars. But you know where Clayton screwed up, in my personal opinion? The 4 cars don't make a penny in the back. And I'm the little man fighting for the guys, I guess. You follow me?
Yeah.
So then they took the money away. So you're coming over now with Ronnie, Marshall, 360 drivers that are taking the money, and these guys that are fighting, just wanting to put on a show or be a part of it, are going home empty-handed. If Benton Speedway's watching right now, and I guarantee you they are, I just sent it. It should be a reverse effect with them. When I went over there, I got $500 for second, $750 to win. That's pretty decent. One of our drivers just went. So I personally said at that point in time, besides the motors killing it, you're turning around now and you're not paying your guys. They didn't want to pay the guys in the back, and I get it. But take the money from the guy in the front, because without the rest of the cars, the guy in the front ain't going to have a track to run at. They're not going to have a car to run at. So it matters. So when I told Benton, and I don't know if the guy was responding back or not, if you're going to pay $750, 5 and 3, you know what happens after third place and 3, right? Well, Ticho, I cannot believe I got his name right. Ticho, you probably don't even remember. He drives 305. He's going to Benton because it's fun. I get everybody still likes driving, but he's going to Benton because they pay, right? Okay, well, Benton only paying him because they only had 6, 7 cars. You follow me? So the first time we went up there and didn't have no cars at Benton, it's $50. You ain't finna drive to Benton for $50. Unless you really got it been able to get Riverside. So my suggestion with him was, when you got $750, if you got more than 15 cars, it's $600 to win. Why would Clayton give more money when you got 24 plus race cars every night at Riverside? I wouldn't pay the winner no more money, but I would try to keep my guys, because it's easier to keep the other ones coming by paying the guys in the back. It's going to happen. And I'm telling you, as a budget racer too, that means a lot. But when you come over and pay what we do to get in them daggone pits now, I'm writing $350, $420 checks to get my people in the pits usually.
Yeah.
And here lately I hadn't.
It's because you bring all the Mississippi with you.
I did. Somebody got to bring the fans. I mean, because that's what we're doing. The back gate's supposed to cover. True or false? Is that not what we got to close to go-karts now?
What did it pay to?
Yeah,
I don't. What did it pay to
races
start the
now,
Cody
dude.
Burks Memorial? What was it?
Cody Burks is
$100.
13.
It was $100.
Yeah, to start.
It was 100 to
100
start, because
start.
1,000 to win.
Now
$1,000 win.
here's the defense too for Clayton. Yeah, I got that right, Clayton. I'm defending you a little bit. It's hard as a number cruncher to look at it and say, okay, man, everybody's hollering about they want $150 for the 305 start. And I'm like, what that means is when the 360 runs, you got to pay more than $150 because we're going to want more. But it ain't really about that at that point. It's just at least covering your trip for some of the budget racers or the stock car guys, because you can say what you want to about Pete Walt. When he puts a special on, guess who gets paid? He's got the highest paying 305 race. True or false? Flip Flop is the highest paying 305 money race that there ever has been for us. Nobody else pays that. When the stock car guys gets in there, they're taken care of. They pay more to get in the pits. I'd be mad if I was a stock car guy, because they are the backbone of Riverside. Agree? They are Riverside, along with A cars way before your time, which is Sprint. But you got to take care of them. So when Pete pays them coming in the gate more money because it's a special, he pays them. They're going to get paid more money. Right now we're having specials with the 304 night. They ain't getting no more money. Matter of fact, the night I think Eddie won, he got $400. They have the purse. Is that what number you got to have to get full purse?
12.
Is it 12?
12.
I don't know, somebody tried to tell me it's 16. So you're halving the purse at that point. Does that help or hurt the car count?
Half in the purse? It's not halving it. It's like,
Well, I mean, yeah, not
It's
halving,
cut.
but cutting it down. Does it
Cut.
help or hurt?
no, I mean, but it's asking to pay more for something you have less of.
But now what's happened is, and I'm telling you because I'm in tune with drivers more than probably most of everybody. And I'm not tooting because of that, because I'm friends with the youth and I older. And I talk to everybody for a reason for it. So I do have an understanding before I speak on something that I don't understand. It's hard. The money paying wise, they keep hollering for extra, and I get blasted because I'm like, they don't need to pay them more. You cut the money on the top a little bit. Them guys are still coming to race and win. I'm sorry, fellas, that you are. Pete Walton got mad at Terry Gray because he wouldn't run that race down there that only paid, I think, $1,500 to win. But you know what the race paid to start? $4. You cannot survive without us back runners. I'll throw me in there back runner if y'all think I'm that bad of a driver. I'll throw myself in there. You cannot survive without back runners. True or false? So people, and I'll say it out loud. Get people here because I've had comments, even like Taylor Howard blasting me out. My own family, and which doesn't bother me. People get involved, and it's cool to see everybody get involved. But when you get blasted out as a lap car, I look at that as that you're looking at the fact that you're better. You might be a better driver. This is why I didn't like Jeff Swindell. You might be no. I'll tell you exactly. Jeff better driver than me. I'm not going to sit there and say he ain't. And like I told Jeff that last night, you're not going to outrun me every time. You're not. I loved it when he and I went slide job. It was an honor to me to do that with Jeff. He might not know that, but I will tell you, I told Jeff as he blasted like he's fixing to whoop me because I went and apologized. So when he done that, I won't tell him you're going to outrun me most times on the track. But you will never whoop my butt in that dirt right there.
Yeah.
So. Are you a better person or are you better? So, but yes, your question, yes, we have got a major problem with the 305s and they're leaving. They're just about done. John don't want to build them anymore. Well, he don't want to build motors anymore, really. He's so behind usually. But what are we going to do? What's your suggestion? Do you think $2,200 is the right? Do you think $2,200 is the right amount to tear down for a 305?
I think if you're serious enough.
You like the point about his, but nobody's got $2,200 to tear down a car. Maybe if they get together, because that's why your dad called me. Besides telling me how great not Brett Favre, you know the Brett Favre. Anyway, he wanted to know if I was put up to it. Probably because he didn't think I had the money. Now you're probably right. So I'm poor, so tell him take it easy on
What I'm
fixing my
saying
car.
is if you know that you're so right and you know, and he's
Then you
illegal,
shouldn't have it up.
Then you should.
Should you?
And
that's why I said a
if
minute
so
ago.
many people do think that, then all of you can get together and come up with it.
That's what I was fixing to say. But does everybody have the moxie Ronnie Howard does?
Then
That will they say I think you're
sorry
illegal?
about your luck.
Yeah, I'm
Good luck.
I'm
You're going to keep getting beat by the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't know that I'd want to go gather because most people don't want to put there because they think it's ugly. That's why I said maybe we need to come up with, I got a list of stuff.
Well,
Maybe we need to come up with a way where there's a sponsor for that class. Let's take the drivers out of it. Let's say one night we run. And I know we're usually pressing for time and we're trying, that hurts because we want to get out of there. Say that we have a sponsor for this class. And I'm just throwing something off my head. That we get, I'll find a sponsor or I'll do it myself. We'll get the $2,200 up. And then we'll put a bucket and we get to pick what night, what number, if that's the night we want to tear somebody down. And we got to do it to where there is no.
What are you going to do when you draw Luke's name? Just go and tear down whoever you think it is.
I will rebuild Luke's motor for
Be
free.
done. Just do whoever. Just do Keith. Get it over.
I'm with you.
We'll
I'm with you.
do
But you
it.
got to do it when you
Either
don't know.
he
But if
is or
nobody
he
wants
ain't,
to
we
put the
can
money
move
up.
on. He is
Nobody
legal.
wants
Y'all
to.
just got beat.
Nobody's going to be man
And
enough
then
to put the
everybody's going to
money
be
up.
like,
Nobody's
he
going to
was
speak the
legal.
truth to Keith. I spoke to him the night you're talking about over there. I said, you are not getting away with that
My wife-
305
okay,
anymore.
All right. I have an idea. My wife's going to kill me for this. I'll put the money up tonight. I'll do it.
You want to do it tomorrow?
And if you want to, and if he's illegal,
Okay, but here's the problem. Let me stop you. That's what I meant by putting it in the thing and letting the drivers pick. You can't know, Keith can't know when it's going to happen, or anybody, or me. You can't know when it's going to happen. You have to find some extremely safe.
You'll
You follow me?
know you'll know he's got the motor in if he wins, right?
Not necessarily, no, because I'm with him. By
At
God,
that point-
Keith is making his motor look better with the setup.
Right.
True or false? Keith is getting in the car in the corner harder than any 3-0 driver's putting it in the corner right now. True or false?
Oh, yeah.
So it's hard to say, man, he's illegal. You know, because if he's Brad, you got a little older and married and you got a kid and one, so you don't quite get in the top as much as you. I mean, I'm serious.
Keith Ainsworth is internet.
Oh, we know Keith, and then we're going to interject.
He said, "Do it now."
If everybody
He
is,
said, "Come on." He said, "You
if
can get it."
everybody is so confident, I'll put the money up.
Well-
And then when he's legal, I expect everybody to pay me back.
Well, see, that's why. That's funny.
This is a $2,000
Except your $200, you're losing that.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No, you don't want to
No,
give
I
the
want
$200.
the whole thing back.
No,
Wait,
apparently
tell
the
me
Because
why,
if nobody,
$200?
if nobody's
the
going to do
illegal
it
car
because
pays
it's
it.
too
The
much
illegal
money,
car pays it.
because
You
it's
get your
too much
$200 back.
money, I'll do it. I'll flat out do it. If everybody is so
Start a
sure,
GoFundMe right now.
No, I don't
Well-
need to go.
well,
fund
I
that's
need to go
why-
fund me back.
That's why. Well, did you text me, or who was it that texted me? It did not like. They told me they did not like the reason I gave them for wanting to tear coat.
What do you mean?
No, Corey told me. Corey said I didn't like your reason, but I appreciate you doing respectful where I was what you said. Corey was right because I let him and Kenny know both. I'm tearing you down. I don't care where you finish. I just want to hush everybody up, and it ain't just hush everybody up. I wanted to prove a point if you read it, and we just spoke about it. There is no tear down.
Caden said, "Heck no."
There is no tear down. There is no tear down. That's my point. I did that night, and you helped me prove it because you cut, brother. You don't even like a break for $1,000. I had no idea it's still $2,200.
know that either.
If it's $2,200, I'm coming over with an illegal motor. It's like, no, I can't because I'm not coming back with 305. So, well, there you go. I'll bring my 360.
There you go.
All right. 360.
So what do we do? How do you have? What are you going to do?
Find a tech man. That's one. It's been
And
fun.
tech and tech
It's been
the
a
night.
3-year fun adventure. Do what?
I'll quit racing. I'll come tech.
For the 305s?
And then you know how easy it is for people to say I'm biased with John's Motors. I get it.
See?
That's why I said
There
you're
we
gonna have
go.
that too. I get it. I've been
Yeah,
there,
you
man.
need the magical.
You know what
third
I
party.
did? I took a team that I played for intramural that was going to the Sugar Bowl championship. One play decided it. I was in charge of the intramurals that year. One play decided. One play. And they wanted me to call the wrong play. And I made my team mad at me because I made the right choice and I made the right call. And I went against all my friends because I did the right thing. But in the end, it paid off because all them dudes respect me right now as opposed to winging it or saying I'm not going to make this call. So, yeah, I believe that we do have people out here
Always
that are,
remember the Titans.
They used to call me Sunshine.
You watch Remember the Titans.
the moral of this whole thing, I'll put my last point in. Nobody's listening to the drivers. It's like Riverside's running on automatic. You really don't need a guy to run the track. That's kind of what we're getting at right now. That's what I'm getting text. Who's doing this? Who's doing that? I think you're short-staffed, what you said, because you can't sit in that booth. You probably get more done when I see you walking around than sitting up there watching Ronny run over Corey. Take that rule out, you can come out of the booth, right? Because that's the only thing you do up there. Get your butt out of the booth and start working on that fence and come on down there with everybody else. Don't worry about that. Let the drivers, when it becomes an issue with the drivers, like he said, then we'll look at it another way. But right now, you got drivers that respect each other. They're not going to have an issue with saying, look, nobody beats Marshall Skinner. And he's going to be mad at me a bit. Nobody beats the sorry better than Marshall Skinner. I've had my years with Marshall, and right now, I love Marshall Skinner and Derek and my family. I love everybody. But I bet I've had more sorries from Marshall Skinner than every driver in the country, except BJ. So, and you thought I was going to go there. I'm going to leave him alone.
I was waiting on that to get
Those sorries eventually, they kind of wear. But we do have respect for each other, so I don't think you're going to have the problem that you think. I mean, it's almost like parking, but we didn't really have a problem with parking until y'all paid for it, until we started paying for it. Agree?
I've never had a problem with parking. I pull
I've
right in
never
my
paid.
spot.
I've never
I know,
paid
me
for parking.
I pull
ever.
right in my spot. Every
I've
time.
never paid for parking until Chase ended up had to get a 44-foot long trailer. And now I got parking. You know what? I ain't bitched about it. Not really. I get a little upset
All right.
this week. I've been over and
We
ain't
need
got
to-
my parking place.
We need to wrap it
All
up.
right, let me say one thing before we go.
Yeah. That's
See
all
how
I
you
can say.
handled this tonight? So much easier than coming screaming through the infield, pointing at everybody, threatening everybody, yelling at everybody. You could have very easily just came to me and said, "Hey, I don't like that. That don't make no sense."
I have, but when
No.
things keep, this is years. This ain't just one. I got a text, the same thing. It said, Ronny, this ain't about that one call. And my wife said it too, because I have a problem with forgetting. I like everybody, Jeremy. I don't have, and so me and you sitting right here now, even though people wanted me to throw and they said, man, quit taking it so easy on them. I'm not here to do it. And I apologize if you took me being what I said a minute ago. I'm not really taking a stab at you for that at all. I can care less if you were black, green. It don't make me no difference. I have actually liked you. I'm not going to let that change me in that point of it at all. But with this, I mean, where does it lead that we're not doing anything or asking anybody for any answers or at all? I mean, this is right what you're doing right now, guys. And I've said this, and I told you earlier, as long as you don't make up stuff to get ugly, this is the most open dialogue that I have ever seen with Riverside have to have stuff to look at. I have had it because I ask everybody. So what do we do to make it better? I mean, and I hate to say this, yes,
This is why we're doing this, because we want
I
more
was-
conversations like this. We want more stuff out in the open, because it's like I was telling somebody today. Everybody has their little clique, and then they go in the corner and then they start talking and they talk
Yes.
trash about this person or that person,
Yes.
and then somebody goes and tells another little clique, and then you start playing the telephone game, and it gets around.
you know what I'm tired of defending Riverside on?
What's that?
Because the driver's getting yelled at. You don't want somebody stopping in the infield after they spent and cramping up, sweating all day long, and they got somebody yelling at them in their ear. I was I told several of y'all got to stop, man.
Yeah.
Because
We did.
I know
we're on it.
I know
We're
you're
on it.
I know you're doing that because most of us know y'all.
I'm not on the race with much
I know.
at all anymore.
But
So, yes.
when I'm
And I'm
telling
glad that-
McCarver and he's looking at me, I'm like, this is why. I've had drivers come to me that come in from out of town, and at that point, y'all done forgot. You know, you're just doing your own. I've had 2 or 3 of them come and say to me, Jesus, man, do they always talk to you like that? I said, well, you can either have that or Loxley, or they tell you where the slide job at. Do they not? You can either have that, or you can have y'all screaming. But that little bit of screaming after a guy fought, 2 flats, motorhome breaks down, generator goes out, crashed 2 cars back to back, and then I'm hot to have somebody screaming on the radio, then you have to have thick skin, just like you said I do once I invoked him at the matter. And that's what I told Clayton too. I said, I'm fine with Jeremy because I pushed you. I pushed you on purpose. So, not physically. So yeah, but what gives? I mean, what are we? We're going to listen to people and try to make Riverside better, or y'all are? Because right now, I can tell you the census, they say that Clayton don't care. How can a man not care about something that's really close and dear to him? You follow
I'll
me?
push back on that all day.
I figured you would.
I'll-
He does care,
He
and
does care. He said on this show he's took money out of his own pocket to keep that place running when they had the crash of 2008. We had the crash of 14. He put his money on the line and kept that place open for us to go race.
yeah, we need more
And
COVID.
he'll do it all the time, every time, till his fucking dying breath. And I'll stand on that forever.
Oh, and you know what?
Because no,
You're
it's my
right.
turn. It's my turn.
You're
It's my
right.
turn.
Oh, good. We talked.
I remember the day Clayton bought that track. Everybody hated the Graves and everything about it and what they did. Everybody praised Clayton. Thank God for Clayton
He's
Allen.
doing stuff to the
Thank
bleachers.
God for
He's a-
Clayton Allen.
think he saved
That
his
place
energy
is
up for these
1,000 times better than what it's ever been right now.
Yeah,
And
3
so
hours
that's
later.
bullshit. If you don't think Clayton Allen cares, I will die on that hill all day long.
Can you imagine what he hears?
And I
in little
don't
petty stuff?
think Jeremy has anything against you. I don't think Clayton has anything against you. You might have been on the wrong end, the bad end of calls. I've been on the back end of shit in the
Sure,
calls.
You know, I've been there.
I've got my friend Brad McCarver has called a start back on me for jumping the start. Like it happens. Like it's happened to me multiple times.
I'm not.
It's happened to
I'm
me.
not
I've been DQ'd. I've had all that stuff happen. My radio went out. I've been DQ'd. Like it's all happened to me all the time.
What Clayton and his other business has to put up with little simple, stupid things. But you know what you can ask Clayton? I have never called Clayton one time in my life, ever, complaining about anything. I have never, because I know what he deals with, and I know there's some stuff that he can do better. Absolutely.
I don't doubt that at all.
But I've never complained because I know he has to put up with people complaining about the most simplest, stupidest. Like what's her face on? I told her I don't agree with everything you say, and I couldn't imagine having to deal with that and wanting to keep the track and having to deal with that. You follow me? I get that, but a lot of it comes to play because Clayton's not in sight. Same thing with you. If he was more in sight, because if we're managers, right now we're second-degree managers, you get up and we're all talking, one of us got to get fired. Guess who's fixing to get fired? The man that's not there. So Clayton's going to take the blame for stuff. I get that. But there is stuff that's not being done. He's not listening. Kenny Conrad's friends with Clayton. He suggested things. I would suggest things. Look at these other tracks opening up that are making money because they're doing more than just racing. But it's hard. So, yeah, maybe Clayton's got to hire somebody. Like I said, hire me. I make a lot more than the IRS ain't looking. I make a lot more than $20,000, $15,000 a year. Pay somebody to come in there and help you.
All right.
Or we're going to lose the track. Or the track's going to die.
Any more closing thoughts? Anybody? Are you good?
I'm
Are you good?
good, and I'll apologize
I know
For
you-
anything I said again, because I'm big at that.
I
'Cause
thought
don't
I
ever
could
say-
talk the leg off a table.
No, look, trips to races are a lot better than me, but they're fun.
Our longest
But I will
podcast
tell you-
before this was like an hour and a half.
I will
It's
tell
3
you-
hours.
I will tell
We've
you,
gone 3 hours.
I am sticking to my word because of the way I feel, and I have to. So yes, I am done with the 305s at Riverside. I feel like I'm done.
And I'll also tell you that you're not going to go anywhere that's going to be perfect.
Oh,
You're going to go
told you that.
You're going to go somewhere and something's going to happen.
Not every week,
I mean, that doesn't happen to you every week either.
because I'm not there every week.
But you're not going to be at these other places.
But it just seems like that. But I get your point. Yeah, I said it. Ben
So-
can have issues too. I mean, they have
Will
a
have
weird one.
issues. All right.
Really.
I saw.
Close the door. Come on, man.
I mean,
And raise your hat so we can see your eyes.
that's my.
You've had all this time to talk. Don't pick now.
Now,
Come
what
on.
would Bo know? See, now Bo needs to be here so we can say Bo knows, and we could have got his opinion. Bo, come back.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's out to get you. I don't think Clayton's out to get you. Jeremy Ray's out to get you. I don't think any
Well,
of that. Like I said,
I guess I'm scared of the boogeyman that don't there. I'm just saying,
I'm just
it
saying,
happens a lot.
I've been on the wrong end of them, and
Well,
and
I'll leave. Go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
I don't want to see you go. Like I hate that, and I still don't believe it either. So
I don't blame you because all drivers have said it. But if you mean it,
I'll just say, and I'll stand on it. Like it's nothing against you. I don't believe that, and that's just where I stand. So,
All right.
well, then it's the rule. Then I guess we're just all against the rule. Will
I'll
y'all
be
listen
curious.
to 60% of people on the rule?
I'll be.
polls. We've heard Hillary Clinton was supposed to win the election and she didn't win. That's what the polls said.
Well,
The fans don't want more money at the back.
But where do you?
They voted on that.
Fans don't care.
They voted on
They
that.
don't care. God, we can
They
talk
wanted
about something.
2,000
Y'all gotta bring me back because I can tell you.
No. All right.
No, because I can hit the issues of racing from lap cars.
We
Huh?
I will cut off the mic.
we still have.
Like just said,
Come back next week.
Still,
Hell, I got a
We
6-hour drive home. I
we
didn't know
still
you lived in
have
Nashville.
157 people watching, and I appreciate all 157 of you for sticking around this long. But
So y'all can't be.
if you want to see more,
If you
please
want me to come
subscribe.
back and touch stuff that is truthful
Patreon
that people are
tomorrow.
not scared to say, then you have me
let's
back.
do another poll.
The lap cars should always
gonna
be
have
put in a
to-
position. Y'all did right. I can go on and on, man, but I hate it for the track. I'm just tired of giving everything I got for the track and getting kicked in the gonads every time. That's how I feel. And if
All
it's
right.
the rule, then it's the rule. But that's just where I feel, and I'm standing on it this time.
Look, if this needs to continue, we're going to do it another time. But please subscribe, subscribe,
Thank you,
share.
Ronnie, for
Yeah,
coming in.
I guess we'll.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, J. Ray.
We're out. I'm sorry, but we'll see y'all next week.
You just won't come up.
It's Saturday. Based on this, it's Arkansas. We're closed.
Yeah,
Everything's closed, basically.
I've had to pee.